If I'm gonna have music on, you I feel like coming out and hanging out would be quite entertaining. Okay. If you feel like cleaning up the kitchen would be quite. Not that you. I'm not suggesting that you know before, but just if you want. Okay. Um, Not really, but the food was good, and I was able to get my shopping done. She's okay. She's sad because she doesn't have a social life because she's so introverted, and she doesn't like being around people for the same reason. Oh yeah, you have a boyfriend. So I'm like, okay, well, you don't want to be around people. So be around people. I mean, I'm the same way. Like I don't like I don't have a social life, but at the same time, I fucking hate being around people. And she is like upset that she's been having dating issues. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I've been around for how long? Yep. So it's hard for me to feel sympathetic on that. I'm like, oh, you have issues, but she's like, you know, I mean, attractive people, I just have a hard time sympathizing with. I'm like, you're impossible to get a hold of, and impossible to set up plans with. So what do you expect? If you want to date people, then make fucking time in your schedule. Yeah. I'm pissed because I saw a mail truck pull out of her neighborhood. Fucking better, Courtney.
I don't know if this can even write on this thing. Kind of.
here's my last one. Ignoring people's pets or children. That's what I do as a rude person. I'm solving problems. Because you know what? When you give attention to what you're doing is dehumanizing. Yeah. Oh, what? You're bringing down the level of humanity.
What the fuck does that mean?
Think about it, Dick. If I start talking to you, and then this conversation turns to a dog and you continue talking, I'm treating you like a dog, aren't I? Well, I'm treating the dog like human. I'm bringing down your level and raising the dog's level.
Do people talk to dogs in your circles?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Like if we had a dog here, they would just continue the conversation with the dog?
Yeah.
That seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah. So, here's a perfect example. I was at a friend's house at a dinner party, another dinner party.
You go to a lot of fancy dinner parties.
What I do, buddy, I get invited. I'm a popular guy, right? So I
You
go
wear like spats and a bikini and have a walking stick as you go to these fancy dinner parties?
No, man, I just show up in a t-shirt. And no pants. So I'm sitting down, we're watching TV, we're watching like a movie night, dinner party, that sort of thing. Yeah. We're watching Mad Men or something, I don't know. Something's on TV, and then this thing happens, and mid-sentence, this girl's talking about, oh man, can you believe that happened? And then her dog comes up on her lap, she goes, can you believe that, Porky? Oh, can you believe, look at it, Porky, can you believe what? I'm like, it's a fucking, why are you talking to the dog? I'm a human, talk to me.
I think perhaps she wasn't getting the response she wanted out of you. So she just was talking aloud to herself, but directing it at the dog.
Dick, this was mid-stream. She just changed her attention from me to her dog. And then, you know what I decided? I'm not going to deign to talk to you. Okay? You continue talking to your dog all night. I'll just sit here sipping booze and eating your snacks first, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll eat your trays of food, and then you talk to your dog. Enjoy your conversation with your dog.
You draw like a lot of lines in the sand when you're at these dinner parties. Like stuff I don't even notice people doing.
Oh, yeah, all the time, man. I'm very observant.
So rude, like getting too drunk and throwing up on someone's couch.
It's inconsiderate.
So that's not rude?
No, it is.
Is that part of the solution then?
No, it's not.
Oh,
You're just being
okay.
an asshole if you do that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, so is that what vegans are doing? Are they assholes and
They're
not
assholes.
rude?
They're assholes and rude.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out what the line is. Commenting on someone's ex-girlfriend's Facebook when their new boyfriend makes the mistake. Is that something that would be rude that you have done?
I don't think I've done that,
You've
Dick.
done that to me.
I have,
Yeah, you have done
not
that to
done
me.
that, Dick.
Ex says, "Oh, new boyfriend made me a great steak."
Oh,
Here comes
my
Maddox.
gosh.
Here comes Maddox. Oh, awesome. Tell us more. What the
Oh
F
my
is
God.
this?
No, I know
What
what
the
you're
F are you
referring
doing
to.
to me?
Okay, she wasn't an ex. You guys didn't date?
Uh,
I'm not even sure you... Okay, see, very secretive, Dick. This is where
You
you're...
knew what you were doing. You knew you shouldn't have been doing that.
You know, Dick, I honestly swear to God, didn't give it a moment of thought because I didn't think that there was a thing. I didn't even think that was ever a thing. But you know what, Dick? That was true. I admit it. I unintentionally did that, and I apologize. Honestly, there is apology. But it was unintentional. I did think after the fact because you messaged me. You're like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I realized I'm like, oh, okay, you guys had a thing. So yeah. Haven't done it since.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good guy matters.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, yeah, those are some of the rude things that I do. And I think if more people did these things, like ignore pets and children at parties, then the discourse would be more civil.
I have to. Ignoring you makes the discourse more civil.
Fuck you, how?
Well, civility?
Yeah.
You're ranting about, like, vegans and hating kids and dogs? Civil is not saying these things.
Well, I'm not saying I hate kids at parties, I'm just ignoring them.
The
Like, they don't
discourse
exist.
would be more honest and, like, more real, I think.
Yeah, but then it's
I
just
don't think it would be more civil.
What do you think? It's civil to ignore dogs and kids.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, of course I'm right. Of course I'm right. And I'm just, you know, I just think more people would think me, Dick. I really feel like I put my neck out. I really feel like I'm doing a good thing for people. And not just like my immediate friends, but for society. If more people drove like me, there'd be no traffic.
Yeah, because everyone will be dead. You drive like a maniac, dude.
Oh, buddy, I get where I'm going fast.
If you're going to keep testing me on wine and Diet Coke, we'll test your driving.
Oh, bring it.
Yeah, because your driving is fucked.
Yeah. I'm on my bike most of the time anyway.
Good.
Yeah, and I drive even faster on my bike. Think about it.
Have you done it this week?
Yeah, Dick, that's my solution. Rude people. That's the biggest solution in the universe. It's me. You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah. I think we got enough rude people. If there's too many rude people, then you're not special anymore.
No, but these are things that I mentioned. All of these things are things that are considered rude by society. If enough people stopped worrying about these things that are supposedly rude, then they wouldn't be rude anymore. And these wouldn't be called rude people. They'd just be called people. That's what we need more of.
Fight fire with fire, you're saying. I think. These people are being rude, so you're being rude right back to them.
Yeah, I'm solving.
They bring a knife, you bring a gun, right? That's what you're saying.
No, Dick.
Oh.
I'm saying like the people who are too afraid. They're cowards. At parties to open up trays of food, they're cowards. Why are you holding company with cowards? Is that who your friends are?
Yeah.
Huh? Do you think rich people standing around being cowards
What
at
if they're
parties?
just not hungry?
Okay, well, you know, I do that sometimes. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking a hit for the party. I'm not hungry sometimes. I just walk up and start eating because no one else is doing it. I want to get the party started. Let's go. The first person to dance is the best person in the party. I mean, if you like to dance, which I don't, which is stupid as shit, but at least someone's doing it.
At least someone's. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
At least someone's doing it. I'm out here dancing by myself, trying to get things started.
I've done it before. I fucking hate dancing, but I get up on the dance floor because like this fucking dipshit wedding I'm at, no one's dancing because they fucking planned it shitty. They invited a bunch of shitty coward guests who aren't dancing. I'll fucking get up there. I'll dance. Great. Here's your stupid fucking song. Here's my stupid dance.
There's Maddox out there by himself before the bride and the groom have their first dance because he doesn't understand wedding protocol. Dancing some weird Middle Eastern dance. Screaming at the band to play, and that they're all cowards.
Fuck you, Dick. I'm not Middle Eastern. Fuck you. I'm doing everyone a favor. Nobody thanks me. Nobody appreciates me. This is my fucking life. I'm done. What's your fucking next solution?
Oh, my next solution is #free the nipple.
What?
Yeah, #free the nipple. It's a movement.
A Twitter campaign is your solution?
It's like a whole life campaign, dude. And I'm torn about this one because I hate like celebrity nudity. I hate celebrity nudity that's like empowering.
Yeah.
Because it's annoying, you know? Like it's all so staged and they like present themselves like, oh look, I'm taking such a risk by taking my top off and look at my tits, aren't they beautiful? Like yeah, you're great. This is just another of you being beautiful. Thank you for rubbing this in our faces. You know what I mean?
Dick, it's so interesting you mentioning this because it's going to be really on point with my next problem too.
Oh, okay. Well, great. So the reason I found out about this, and as I said, I'm torn. I hate celebrity nudity that's empowering to them. I only like it when it's funny.
Okay.
And humiliating. However, a good point on this #free because I this is.
Yeah.
I found out about it because Chelsea Handler recently was posting topless pictures of herself.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Over
Yeah.
Christmas.
Trying to be a pal.
Because Instagram and Facebook have a policy that prohibits women from having their naked chest displayed on pictures. However, guys can do it, right?
Yeah.
So if a woman posts a picture of herself topless on Instagram or Facebook, it gets deleted.
Right.
They don't ban the account, with these celebrities. I'm banned from Facebook, but these chicks can break the rules and post their boobs.
No.
They don't get banned, they just get the picture deleted.
Yeah.
And these girls' whole point is, why? Why can't women post topless pictures of themselves and men can't?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know,
It's a good point.
It is a
It's
good point. This is actually, I was arguing with a bunch of self-proclaimed feminists on Facebook the other day, and this is one thing that I just don't hear enough from feminist circles. This is one of the last forms of actual discrimination that we still have against women in society. Is that they can't display themselves topless if they
Their
want to.
boobies.
Their boobs.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, we should concentrate more on that.
Yeah.
I think.
You know,
I agree with you.
that whole Chelsea Handler thing. So the way that started, I believe, is she posted a topless photo of herself riding a horse to lampoon Russian
Putin.
President Vladimir Putin,
Yeah.
right? Because he has a photo like that with his big old saggy tits. And so she posted a picture of herself saying, "Hey, I look better topless than Vladimir Putin on a horse," something along those
I
lines.
mean, debatable.
Well, so Instagram deleted the photo a bunch of times. She kept re-uploading it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they didn't ban her account. They would ban a guy if he kept uploading pictures of tits. But anyway, they didn't ban her account, but they kept deleting the photo. And she tweeted at them. She said something really poignant. She said, "Look, you're allowing a photo of topless Vladimir Putin on Instagram and not a photo of topless me on Instagram. What you're saying is Vladimir Putin has more rights than I do in America. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
That's a really fucked. I mean, if you think about it, that's true. It's really fucked up.
Well, there's no way to phrase it that isn't that fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this obscene?
Yeah.
Why is I was reading some articles about this. An American child sees over 200,000 acts of violence and 16,000 murders on TV before they turn 18, but they can't see nipples on TV.
Yeah.
That's a thing. I'm not for stopping violence. I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
We need more violence.
We need more violence, if anything, but
Yeah.
also throw some tits up there.
Violent tits.
I mean, your channel. I don't know about violent tits, but
War tits.
you can separate them.
Holes in the nipples for machine gun bullets.
Now I see what the problem is.
What are you talking about, Jim?
That's disgusting.
What?
Did you know that it used to be illegal for men to have their nipples out in public?
Really?
Yeah, we got a whole nipple fixation in this
Yeah.
society. Yeah, it used to be illegal for men to do it. However, I got this off the Huffington Post. I know you don't like them, but okay. Preachers and clergy in the 1900s vilified not just women's, but men's nipples as well, branding them immoral and evil to the unsuspecting eyes of children and impressionable women. Legislation was passed and all human areola were banned in public places. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Can you imagine that we're like in the world talking and it's illegal for us to go outside and take our shirts off?
No. Huh. I mean, that's the world that women live in today. Which
Yeah.
is insane. But it's mostly the U.S., dude. U.S. and Mexico and maybe Canada. But in Europe, it's not a big fucking deal. You can go topless if you want. And it's starting to change, too. In New York, they passed a law that allows women to go topless.
Oh, they did?
They finally did, yeah.
So this is working, the free the nipple?
It is starting to work. Enough people are saying, hey, this is a double standard. If women want to go topless, they should be able to. And I totally agree. And the more women who do, listen, I'm imploring all the female listeners of ours to go topless as much as possible all the time. And this isn't just a horny thing. I mean, a little bit. But if you...
And Snapchat, send pictures to the show. Snapchat us the pictures so we can get the word out about this cause.
For
Hashtag
research, yes.
free the nipple.
For research. But the more tits that we see in public, the less mysterious and alluring they become. The less people care. If you
I
see
really
tits-
disagree with that.
No.
The more I see, the more I want to see it. I don't care whose they are.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing, Dave. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think that porn has the same appeal to you today as it did when you were, say, 16 years old?
Ooh, boy. Let me walk that. If At 16, it was much harder to get.
Much harder to get. You had dial-up. You had to wait an hour to log in and find a porn site.
I think it has the same appeal now that it ever did.
Oh, no way, dude.
I think it's more specific now.
Sure.
Like I know what porn I want to see.
Yeah. I mean, I can look up machine gun tits like anytime I want today, whereas it was really hard back in the day.
Are you asking if it has desensitized me with porn, or what's your point? Sorry,
it's not as novel as it used to be because I think that you have more access to it today and it's easier to get. That's what I'm saying about breasts. If you see them all the time, people stop freaking the fuck out when they see tits.
That's true.
Well, I don't know in what.
That's why I show mine on the stream.
You mean by freaking the fuck out.
So then,
the more I see, the
you
more
guys
it
would be
doesn't
used to
change
seeing
me
some
not
boobies.
wanting to see them.
So I know a lot of y'all never
I
really
still
see
always
them.
want to see them always,
Too
all
busy
the time,
shaving.
forever. But
What do you mean freaking out?
You know?
Well, so for example,
Like
if a
kids?
woman,
Don't
if a
have
woman
time
wants
to
to breastfeed on a bus,
Right.
she should be
Okay.
able
See
to.
titties.
She should
Yeah.
fucking, it's just fucking breastfeeding.
Except for
It is
mine.
the least erotic. I mean, for some,
Not a
for me,
boob.
it's always erotic. But for it is like the least erotic thing that you could possibly do is to feed a child on a bus, and women should be allowed to do that.
That reminds me, I have to bring in that erotic lactation stuff.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
what happened with
Pretty
that?
cool.
No, I got to bring it in. I said I would bring it in, and we had another Audible ad.
We got another Audible plug.
Yeah.
Bring it in when we have that Audible plug sometime
Yeah.
later this month. Along with our live show, there's a quick little plug, but our live show is coming out in January as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Dick, women should be allowed to breastfeed. They should be allowed to go topless. And the more I think that people see it, the less fascinating it becomes. So let me give you an example. You remember?
Fascinating. Again, I don't know what context you mean fascinating by.
Because, Dick, it becomes ordinary. And once something becomes ordinary, it's no longer the source of obsession that we have. So that
Tits
that
become
article,
ordinary.
yeah, that article that you
Boy, I don't
mentioned.
know about that.
Well, that article that you mentioned from Huffington Post, where they said that in the early 19th and 18th century, whatever, that clergy and men were not allowed to display nipples because they were immoral, blah, 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 blah. Over time, we became desensitized to male nipples because men just worked with their shirts off, and
Bottom of this
everybody
thing is
just
so
saw it all the
fucking
time, so
cool.
it became not a big deal.
I'll show you.
I don't know. I think that's making a leap. By the way, so this was as recent as 1935. There was a mass arrest of 42 topless men in Atlantic City who were protesting. And suddenly, New York lifted the male topless ban in 1936, and a man's nipples were no
Stupid.
longer obscene.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
All right, go in or out.
That was
Hey, keep fucking around.
These guys
Go,
have
yeah.
nice racks.
No, Clark Gable was one of the guys who stripped his shirt off in a movie, paving the way for male toplessness.
Yeah. You know what, Dick? It's not just that males can or can't be topless. It's specifically whether or not you have female-looking breasts. Because there was a guy a while back who was on the Man Show. I know you know this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't know him, but you know of him. It's the guy who couldn't say no to a bet, and he took a challenge from his friend for $100,000. If he could get breast implants and keep them in for a year.
Yeah, I remember.
So he accepted the challenge, got $100,000, and then he and his wife decided that they're kind of cool and they wanted to keep it in, and he just lives with these breasts in his chest. However, he can't go on TV and show them,
Yeah, that's weird.
even though they are literally male breasts, because they look female.
Well, I hope these girls get their way just because I want to see more tits all the time. I don't want to have to work so hard to see them, and I think I speak for all men when I say that.
All straight men.
All straight men. And
Or
probably gay
bisexual.
men too. I think they like tits as well.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Are you shaking your head? Are you shaking your head? You don't think gay men like seeing tits? I think they do.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like seeing tits?
Tits, my art teacher in college, my art history teacher, said that the two most beautiful forms in nature were the naked women and
Fuck.
and so
Shit.
yeah, and I think I agree with that, except I don't like horses. I think horses are stupid. I hate horses, actually. That's gonna be a big problem. Spoiler. But yeah, women are just I believe they're beautiful
Don't do
forms.
that.
Whereas men are more utilitarian. I guess you could have like the sculpture of David or whatever, but then even when you get to the balls, it just looks like clouds.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's an interesting observation.
Puffy clouds of meat, baldy. Too much. It's too much.
I thought it was the opposite, though. I think the male of the species is supposed to be the more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing.
Oh
Right.
boy.
That's what
here
the
we-
science says. That's why the male peacocks have the feathers.
Yeah, male animals maybe, like bucks.
Oh, not humans.
Not humans.
No,
No.
only
Yeah.
Only other animals.
Oh, you're setting yourself up there, buddy. All right, Dick. Well, my solution can almost piggyback off of yours. It's tangentially related in terms of what we talked about, but I think more nudity is the solution, which I kind of hinted at during your Free the Nipple campaign.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how you never hear about nude leaks from porn stars? That's because you see them all the time. Nobody cares.
I guess not.
Remember when that whole like Jennifer Lawrence nude leak went around?
Yeah.
People interviewed some porn stars and they asked them their opinions about it, and they said, "Oh, I hope no one gets my nude leaks."
Yeah.
And it was kind of a joke because no one cares.
Right.
Of course, that's the point I was trying to make about Free the Nipple.
Did her Mystique shots count as nude photographs, by the way? Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She just had paint on her body?
Oh, from X-Men.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so because you can see the nipple.
Ah, okay.
The nipple is everything, man. You show a tit, there's no nipple. It's that nipple, man. That's the thin line between morality and immorality. What's that? A quarter-inch diameter of skin. That's it.
That's pretty interesting.
Difference between a boner and not, I guess. Nudity and sex are commodities, and the only way to deflate the value and demand for pictures of people's genitals is to make them mundane. That was the point I was trying to make, which they already are, I think. I mean, I can't think of many things more mundane than genitals, which are something most people are born with.
Oh, really? More mundane than genitals?
Genitals are pretty fucking mundane, dude. They're everywhere. I can't even spit and not hit a genital. One way to make genitals more mundane is to create what I call, this is my solution, the International Genital Index.
Oh, God. I've heard this solution from you before.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned this in an earlier episode.
I mean, I've heard you talk about it in real life.
Oh, yeah.
Several times.
Of course. At dinner parties. Yeah. IGI, I-G-I, International Genital Index. I already created the acronym and everything, dude.
Did you register the website?
Working on it. It'll probably be registered by the time this episode airs. I'm proposing a website where everyone age 18 or older up to the age of 65 should be required to submit full nude photos of your front and back. That way, anytime you want to look up anyone to verify whether or not they have genitals, you can just type in their name and see what their genitals look like. No big deal. Right? This is how technology can help us.
Are you going to start it? Like Tom was the first friend on MySpace? Is it going to be Maddox's genitals or user out number one?
I think my genitals are floating around there somewhere.
I mean, you got to lead by example, right? That's what rude people do. They're whipping out. Let's see it.
Yeah, I might as well. I mean, if this is a thing that's going to happen, I might as well. Might as well put it up there. Who cares? Who cares? Let me tell you. Or of course, like, what? Oh, big deal. No one gives a shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is.
I don't think I want to put my mouth there, buddy. So you remember, Dick, back in November, I think you were going to touch on this too. Back in November, Keira Knightley posed topless for Interview magazine.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It was annoying.
I didn't even click on it.
I did.
And I like her.
Yeah. And so her reasoning was stupid, but the indirect result was awesome. She effectively deflated the value of her nudes. She was trying to make a statement about how she's been retouched and digitally manipulated by Photoshop and movies and photo shoots, so she wanted to show people what she really looked like. And of course, she's not returning the $146 million she made as part of her protest. Of course not, right? She just wants to protest how bad it is. Well, she's complaining that her body's been digitally manipulated and she wants to show people what she really looks like. But part of her complaint isn't to return the money that she got for it.
No, and I love it too because she's like, look, all this photo manipulation stuff is getting out there, making actresses hot like me. But I want to show you guys that I'm hot just as me. Like, I don't even need it. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, will you stop bragging? Like, fuck you. You get it. You're hot with the digital effects. You're hot just regularly naked. What's next? What more? How much more attention do you fucking want?
Yeah, it's so annoying. Betty, can we just stop calling her brave for showing us her tits? She's a gorgeous supermodel, celebrity, and actress with about as much money as a small drug cartel. She's not a martyr for showing us her fucking nipples.
Yeah.
If people really want to stop celebrity nudes from getting leaked, we have to create the International Genitals Index, baby. Biggest solution in the universe.
That's where you get crazy. I agree with you as long as you start it. Otherwise, I think it's hypocritical for you to just say all these people should post their genitals, but you're not on there.
Well, it would be hypocritical, so I will.
Okay.
by example, buddy. You're gonna get
Oh, wow.
You can get an eyeful one of these days. I'll send it to you first. So you remember, Dick, when Jennifer Lawrence's private news were hacked, right?
Yeah.
Everyone raged. Gawker, Jezebel, Salon, Huffington Post, and a slew of other outlets feigned fury about that shit. But we place so much importance on sex and nudity and genitals in our country, but when other equally more valuable data gets stolen, like that Sony hack, like the social security numbers, financial and health records, intellectual property worth hundreds of millions of dollars, it's open season for journalists to mock and profit from.
Yeah.
But they act outraged when you get someone's tit. That's why I think that you need to have the International Genitals Index. It's really important.
I don't know if it was just her tits, though. It was also, like, the humiliating positions, like the intimacy of... I mean, didn't she have, like, cum all over her face?
Yeah, man.
And I don't know if that's, like, the proper way to describe that.
Money shot, dude, please.
Money shot,
Facials.
yeah.
Money
They had
shot
a couple of
facials.
facials.
Yeah, a couple of facials.
God.
There is nothing humiliating about sex. If you stop stigmatizing it by saying it's humiliating, then it won't be. Like, you can do anything you want sexually, and there's nothing humiliating
No,
about
but
it.
it's embarrassing. It's
Ah,
an intimate
shit.
moment that you shared with someone to have it out there. Like, it's not just bits. It's not just bits and bytes and a camera. This is like something that happened that I don't want other people to see, or she doesn't want other people to see.
That's why I'm about to introduce International Genitals Index Pro. That's where you upload pictures of facials and cum shots and all your nasty shit that you don't want people to see. Look, man, you
live in a disgusting world in your mind where porn of every permutation of everyone on the planet is on the internet. Everyone drives like an asshole and cuts each other off all the time. Babies are ignored until they're 21 and they get out of college.
Yeah.
Pets eat each other, I guess. That's your ideal world.
Dick, that sounds like a utopia to me, buddy. You can look up anyone nude anytime, any sex act, any position. Look, it should be that way. It should be that way just so people stop caring so much. It's not a big deal. Everybody has sex. Everybody masturbates. Everyone's got tits and asses and nipples and dicks. Who cares? Just make it mundane, make it ordinary so we can just move on with important shit and just fucking hope that Gawker and Jezebel and these shitty rags just disappear once and for all. Can we just do that, please? International Genitals
You think it
Index.
would lessen our fascination with it?
Absolutely, dude.
I don't know, man. Ever since, like, the TMZ news style came about, it seems like it's just made everyone more interested in that style of news. Like, that kind of scandalous, sensational celebrity shit.
Dick, what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be scandalous if it was common and ordinary. That's why I started the whole solution for the segment with the porn star saying that, oh, I hope my nudes don't get leaked, because nobody cares. If your nudes are readily available, no one cares. No one's gonna hack you.
Interesting theories.
Yeah. No one's stealing sand from the beach.
No one's bringing sand to the beach.
Well, both. No one's... Yeah, that's a different point. I'm not saying...
Well, it's a saying.
It's a
That's
saying.
a saying. No one's bringing sand from the beach is not a saying.
Well, no one's... No, it is a saying. It makes sense what I'm saying.
Taking
no one's
sand
taking
from
sand
the
from the
beach.
beach. Yeah, because it's
People are
plentiful.
taking sand from the beach right now.
No.
They go there, they get a glimpse of the tits, and they try to steal it and take it back home with them. You want everybody to be living at the beach, so no one brings sand to the beach. Because they're awash in
You
pornography.
have ruined my analogy. What I'm saying is, if it's common and just there for free, and then no one will want it.
Yeah, that's bringing sand to the beach.
No, you're not bringing anything anywhere. You're just making more sand. Ah!
So, what's the saying? No one makes sand at the beach?
No, Dick, you just ruined everything.
Well, it's a pretty good problem.
Fuck it.
More nudity.
John, go ahead and delete this one too.
You want to do the wine test?
Yeah, let's do the wine test, Dick. All right, we have here 6 glasses of wine.
We have some help here. Randy's back in the studio.
Randy's back in the studio. Randy, thanks for helping us set this up. We have 6 glasses of wine, Dick, labeled A through F. Put that away, Sean. Dick's trying to look. We have a legend of which is which is labeled. So we have 6 glasses, and I want you, Dick, to try them all and to see if you can rank them.
I got a bad case of looking at your poo, of watching you poo. I got a bad case
so pretty. Very cool.
Take some pictures of it.
I think your blanks look better.
Oh yeah, but for what I paid for these,
They're pretty good, yeah. And having someone else to make the blanks for you.
leave the knots in it for pictures.
The only thing left in that room now is my curtains.
Pickle. I assume not. You're gonna what? Where's my cigar? Hey, what is that?
Maybe she skipped our house. She's like, fuck them.
Oops, that was stupid.
with you. I want you to rank them from most expensive to least.
I just want to say real quick before we start doing this, I am now officially getting paid to drink. I have achieved everything I ever wanted in life as of this bonus episode.
That's hilarious. Okay, so
Somebody help me. Somebody
yeah,
hand me one of
can you
these
hand him
glasses.
like set the glasses up in front of him so we can.
What,
I have a
Sean?
question for Maddox.
Yeah.
How would it be if he got the cheapest and the most expensive? What would you think of that?
If he got them correctly?
Yeah, not in order, but if he
Why did I have
if
to
he,
get 6?
If he definitely picked the least expensive and definitely picked the most expensive.
Well, if it was only 2 samples, that would make a difference. But we have 6 samples here.
Well, I know, but there may not be that much of a difference.
Sean, you're bringing sand to the beach
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Dick is smelling
Sample
sample
A. It's part A is the very part aroma. Not clean to the size of glass area. I don't know if that's really bad for wine, but I know it's something that they do.
It's something that they do. Dick is mimicking every wine taster he's ever seen. Every wine tasting
It's a
movie.
little sour.
You haven't even tasted it.
I've been smelling it.
Okay.
Taste is mostly smell. We've had this argument
Oh my
today.
gosh,
that taste
Dick.
is mostly smell.
All right. He's sipping it very delicately. What do you think of that one?
I don't care for that one much.
Yeah. Okay. So Dick didn't like sample A.
Yeah.
Randy's about to hand him sample B.
No, 5. Hold on, I gotta rinse my mouth out. Okay, now I'm drinking this one out of this is a Tom Collins glass, correct? Not
Yeah.
a wine glass?
I don't have that many wine glasses.
Surprise.
Great. Wait. Hold on here, real quick.
You wanna put on some music?
Yeah. There we go. So Dick is trying. What is that? Sample B you're tasting here?
Yeah, this one has it has almost no smell, and it has very little flavor. And it's almost watery, like a Corona.
Oh man, that is such a bad example of.
Corona Light. Sorry,
Yeah, Corona tastes awful. It definitely
Yes.
has. It's a very strong flavor.
but it's very watery.
Oh, okay.
Corona's very watery.
All right. You're
I'm
saying that
gonna
one's
give
watering.
one a 3.
Number 3.
A, I gave a 5 to because it's the first one. So
All right. So we're trying sample C. This one's in a wine glass again, because again, I don't have that many wine glasses because I'm a man.
Randy, did you put any thought into which wines you put in the wine glasses? No.
He's shaking his head no. Randy. Oh, and by the way, guys, this is a legit test. We are doing this double blind. I don't know which is which. Dick doesn't know which is which. That's why we had a third party pour these wines and create a master list.
Did you put any fuckery into this test like you did with the Diet Cokes?
Yeah,
Where if there's 2 duplicates or something like that? Or you mixed up a bunch of the wines?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me, Dick? You're the expert.
I'm not a wine expert, but there's already a very different taste between the 3.
Great. Okay. Well, I hope you can solve which one's which. Find the most expensive.
This one's a little fruitier. This one is less thick than A, but it's much fruitier than B. It's also a little watery. A little more watery. I'm going to bump it slightly above A, even though I wouldn't drink it.
Yeah.
Because of the fruitiness.
Yeah. Okay. Heaven forbid you have a good taste.
What, it tastes like fruit?
Yeah, that's great taste. Why not?
I don't want to identify it as fruit salad. It's not sangria.
Alright, Dick, he's trying sample D. We have 2 more after this. And we're going to be posting pictures of all these samples on the website so you guys can see what...
I like this one. It has that bite to it
Oh,
that
okay.
I like in a good liquor. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Where it just grabs you by your brain. It bypasses all the senses and just it pulls you into it like a 30s cartoon. High, baby. That's what this one
That's what
reminds
that
me
is.
of.
Dick,
Yeah.
do you think that that's...
I haven't even drank it yet. I'm saying that's the
Oh,
smell.
okay. Dick, fucking drink it! You Jesus. Alright, here he is. Drinking it ever so gingerly.
The taste was a little more sour than I would have wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's where that bite comes from, isn't it? Do you think that's a quality of a more expensive wine or a cheaper wine, Dick?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I know I don't like that.
Exactly. That's all wine tasting comes down to. No one knows. No one fucking knows. You just taste something and be like, oh, I like it, I guess. Would you say there's notes of anything in there, Dick? Notes of bullshit, maybe?
No. There's a bit of a kiss my ass.
Oh.
in this one, though.
Yeah, a little hint of kiss your ass, huh?
It's growing on me because it's very dry.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
ones are much drier than the other. I'm gonna bump that up to a 7.
Oh,
That's
wow.
my favorite so far.
All right.
All right, is this the last one?
Last one. No, we have one more after this. The sample each. This is a very thorough double blind test. Yes, this is
Okay,
scientific.
that's very thorough. It's got to be done in 10 minutes.
Well, what? We don't have all fucking day, man. You gotta taste this yet.
This one's a little thicker.
Yeah.
Clings to the size of the glass one.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I see the color doesn't thin out when I cook it. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do when you cook in the wine glass, but it looks like the color is staying pretty dark.
But the glass is also tinted, so that you're
Oh, I see.
you're telling nothing.
Well,
So go ahead. Here we go. Tasting this one. Sample E.
Okay.
This is the thicker one, right? Are we smelling it?
I'm smelling it because I think it tastes like cigarettes.
Mmm.
There's a chance someone was smoking in this glass.
A note of cigarette. Cigarette notes in this one. Kind of cigarette-y. Would you say this one has a little hint of
I really
cigarette?
hate that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Dick, we definitely have a loser.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that at the bottom.
Okay. So here is the final sample, and Dick is making sure to swish with water and clean out his mouth.
Yeah.
Between each one of these, so it's only minimally invasive.
Ooh, I like this one. It's playful.
Oh,
It's got that same
Alright.
grab to it, but it's also playful.
great.
I like it. Reminds me of myself.
Jesus.
See, isn't it fun to pretend to be a wine expert? That's the whole point. It's fun.
I feel like I'm listening to you masturbate.
I wish.
Ew. Okay,
That
what
one
do you
is
think?
also a little sour.
A little sour.
However, it's good. I like the fruit is disguised. It's like it's not just blatantly fruit. It kind of tastes like a medley.
Yeah.
You understand?
No. No, it's all you can just say things.
I'm gonna give that one. I'm gonna give that one a 6. So you want me to give you my final ranking?
What's the final ranking? Most
Final
expensive
ranking
to least.
is D was my favorite, C and F were second, then A, then B, then E. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah. All right. So D is my top. What is the actual ranking?
D is your top. Interesting, Dick. So D, C, F, A, B, E. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So here are the prices of the wines. We actually had only 4 wines. You tasted 4 wines, Dick.
Oh.
You didn't.
Another fucked up, another fucking bullshit Mythbusters. What did you call us, Randy? The Mythbusters that nobody asked for?
Okay, Dick. Here are the prices of the wine.
Okay.
We had a $36 one, an $18 wine, an $8 wine, and a $10 wine.
Okay.
Those
Was
are
it
all the
necessary
prices.
to get an 8 and a 10?
Well, you should be able to tell the difference between an $8 and $10 wine. You said it in the earlier
$2?
episode.
$2 fucking dollars? I
You
should be able to tell the
said-
difference of someone that drinks whiskey like it's water?
Yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
What's
you
the
should be able to
prices?
tell, Dick. So, D is the one you picked. That is an $18 wine, buddy. You thought an $18
Great.
wine was way better than one that was twice the price.
So?
And
$18
then-
bottle of wine would be $50 at a restaurant.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Well, then what's interesting is you rated C and F the same.
Yeah.
C is an $8 wine, and F is a $36 wine.
So I would get the
Oh, okay. No, you wouldn't.
Oh, shit.
I would drink either one.
Dick, but
Fuck
you're not
me,
just
look at
gonna
that.
really get them at the restaurant. You're looking at the menu
God
price
damn it.
and you're saying, well, this one's $35. I'm probably gonna get a $35 wine.
No, what I would do is get the one that's
Cocksucker, are
cheap
you
but doesn't make
serious?
me look cheap to my date.
That's actually
Ah, God damn it.
Restaurants. They know this very well. They know that people don't want to appear cheap. So what they'll do is they'll have the lowest quality wine be the second lowest price on the menu.
Why would it be the lowest quality?
Because if they make the highest margins on lowest quality wine.
All right, read the results.
Then then you chose A. A was the $36 wine. You said that was the third best, right?
Yeah.
Then B, which was the $18 wine, and then E was the
That's
$10
fucking
wine.
ruined.
So you chose, but
Not
you chose,
bad.
no, you
Probably.
chose the $8 wine and the $36 wine as your second favorite.
Maddox, there's nothing wrong with an $8 bottle of wine. It's a $36 bottle of wine.
That's
and
why-
I put the $36 bottle of wine in the top.
No, you didn't,
You fucking
dickhead.
loser.
You put it as D. D is the top $18 wine. That's my point. You couldn't rank them.
So I picked the most expensive bottle of wine second?
How did
No,
that
you
even
picked. No, you didn't. You picked the
Caught
least
right there and
expensive bottle
split.
of wine.
Never had that
second,
happen.
C.
on a
No,
fucking
look.
Yes, you
brush.
did.
Look. I have D as number 1. How much was D?
D was $18.
Okay, $18. So I picked an $18 bottle of wine as first. That's great.
Do you have another
it's
blank
not.
fork today?
That is a.
Oh, yeah.
I did a really good job for someone who
I got
doesn't
plenty.
drink wine professionally.
Space.
That's pretty fucking good, dude.
Dick, it's arbitrary. You picked one that was double the price. Than the best. And what was your second choice?
That's expensive. You bring that to one of your fancy dinner parties and not feel like a dipshit. $36? Hey, that's a lot for a bottle of wine, man, but I put that in second place. That's pretty good,
You
too.
put that in third.
No.
See,
I said they were equal. I said they were rated equally.
Dick, if you
C and F, I both gave 6s to.
Dick, I don't trust your palate because you were not able to determine that B and D were the exact same wine.
In all fairness to Dick, they were all Pinot Noirs except for the one he ranked least, which was just some red wine you had lying around your kitchen.
Yeah, that was another control. That was actually.
And I said that was disgusting. I said it had cigarettes in it.
No, was that the
I
one?
did. I said that had cigarettes in it, you motherfucker. I
Which
gave
one?
it a 2.
Which one was that, Randy?
I gave it a fucking 2. It was E.
E. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you did correct. You did correctly there.
So there you go. So I've identified that the wine you buy is shit, and it's soaked in ash and horse shit.
Yeah.
And that other wines that, as long as they cost more than $8, I'm good with.
No, Dick, you said you'd be just as fine with an $8 wine as you would a $36 wine.
As long
you
as
failed.
it tastes good.
You failed to rank them correctly.
Well, let's see
you
what-
failed to determine the same wine twice that you tasted. You fucking failed, buddy, just like every fucking wine taster.
You can't feel good about this. The Diet Coke test, you must have felt good about this, about that, but this you can't feel good
Then
about.
why do I have an erection?
All right, that's it.
All right,
Let's
guys.
see what the fans think about this victory.
Yeah, it is a victory. You failed to rank them properly, Dick, and you failed to determine the same wines twice. So what are your solutions this week?
My solutions are genetic engineering and hashtag free the nipple.
And my solutions are rude people and more nudity, or the International Genital Index. I think I'm going to just call it more nudity.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to our bonus episode, our third ever bonus episode. We have a lot more coming. Thanks for subscribing. Tell your friends. That's how people hear about the show. And check out the live show coming soon.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, Dallas from Toronto. Listening to the first Solutions podcast. Digging it. Dick, you said Maddox would be the guy who would be poo-pooing the idea of a Jurassic Park, saying, "Oh no, the dinosaurs will get out of control, need tourists." Did you watch the rest of the fucking movie? Because the dinosaurs get out of control and eat the fucking tourists.
Yeah.
So in your fictional reality, Maddox would have been right to shit on the idea of the Jurassic Park.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Because they ate the fucking tourists.
Huh.
Have fun with your no dinosaurs, man.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
slam dunk argument, buddy.
Why are you like this? Hmm?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last piece. Suffocation. No, they don't give a fuck. I cut my own bleeding blood. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright. Nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. Alright, so bye-bye. Okay, come on, fuckos. I don't think this shit's copyrighted, so. I think it's No, not the living room, you fucking cocksucker. Garage. Not living room.
Sorry, stupid fucking tiny game
Welcome to the biggest solution in the universe. I'm Maddox with me, Zach Masterson.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Man, that theme song gets me every time.
It's pretty badass still. And Sean, our audio engineer, we have a small in-studio audience today. Sean, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead. So glad I
Hey, mic drop in, Sean.
So dynamic. So at the top of the show, we should mention one of our fans sent in this email card. What's the guy's name?
His name is Paul Duckhops IDGAF, which we all know means I don't give a fuck. That's his Twitter handle.
Right, and we linked to it on episode number 37. But this bingo card is incredible. Something you can play along if you're listening. We have a bunch of squares on here. Like, Maddox made a comment about Apple. Very likely. Go upvote monkeys, which you should, by the way, idiots.
Dick makes a logical fallacy. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know that you can't. Dick versus Dick segment. Let's get to a real problem. Anyway, these are all squares. If you hear these things and you're playing along at home, you've downloaded the scorecard, I imagine, or the bingo cards, mark them off. We've decided we're going to play in studio today, and whoever wins gets a nice compliment from every other loser. Everyone who lost in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a good prize.
It's a great prize.
As far as we're concerned, that's kind of the ultimate humiliation, is making one of us say something nice about the other, right? So that's a good-ass prize. We should also say that we do have a small studio audience in here today. Randy, who's been with us for a couple episodes, and a very lovely lady.
Yeah, very lovely lady. Jessica's with us, and Sean. And so we're all playing today, and...
Can't emphasize the loveliness enough, can we?
Okay, Dick. So let's get this out of the way.
Yeah. Who won?
Nobody won because it's not a contest.
Nobody won? It's not even a contest for solutions? It feels like for the solutions it should definitely be a winner.
Absolutely not. Because they're all winners, Dick, at the end of the day. So wait, where is this?
The cigar's
What?
toast.
It's not a contest. I believe that is one of the squares.
Oh, okay. I also want to say that Maddox brought in all the same game board for everyone to play bingo with when we first started this game.
Yeah.
So we had to change them around.
So anyway...
It should be more of a scavenger hunt.
Really?
I think everyone should keep them secret.
We'll be working busy doing the show, Dick, so it's not fair.
All right, who won? Seriously, let's go. Who won? If you can't find it, you lose.
Nobody won, Dick, but the solution that came in top last time was genetic engineering.
Oh, yeah! That was a good problem. We talked all about having two dicks.
Yeah, weird. And surprisingly and bafflingly, the hashtag Free the Nipple campaign.
Yeah!
Which I guess I supported. And then more nudity, the International Genital Index, you guys didn't think was that much of a solution.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because you said you would lead the charge on that by posting your genitals online, and you didn't. I didn't see your balls or your penis anywhere on the internet last month. Did you?
I did.
Did you put them up there? Did you start to look up?
Yeah, I don't know who put them there. I turned on my internet, next thing I know, I'm looking at my dick. Look, guys, you don't think that makes a solution? Then fuck you, I'm not putting my dick online. Alright? Get fucked.
Alright,
that's bullshit. And this is the thing that pissed me off the most.
Yeah.
Dick. Rude people hit a negative. That means you guys think that rude people is a problem, not a solution.
No, because I think what we discovered was that you were talking about assertive people. Like this guy, Simon Kempthorne, I got a comment here, and I actually think Dick had a point about where to draw the line with rudeness.
Be very careful this time.
I think rudeness caused all of the problems we were talking about. Remember that? It was like people not being a good host, and people taking up too much room.
Driving like an asshole, Dick, is rude, and it's a good thing to do. Because if you drive like an asshole, you're getting where you're going quicker, you're making one less car on the road.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Being rude also means driving across two lanes of traffic. So that more rudeness is not a fix to the problem. It's not a solution.
Well, it has to be righteous rudeness. Righteous rudeness.
Yeah. Well, before we do this, I think you know what it's time for.
What?
It's time for you to watch 30 seconds. Okay.
Fuck you, Dick. That doesn't count. This is not during this. That's during the normal episode. This is the solution.
It counts.
I know.
Counts,
I'm taking
alright.
it.
You're early.
Oh, welcome back.
Came early because I wanted to take an hour longer nap. so I left early. I was like, fuck it, I'll just leave an hour early. Yeah.
Nobody needs support today anyway.
Huh?
Nobody needs tech support today.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a nap. The party's apparently at 7:30, but I don't want to get there until like 8.
Oh wait, work party? Or wait,
Halloween party.
which one?
One of my coworkers is throwing it.
Oh, that's right. Where you're doing the. That's right. I remember now.
Yeah, apparently it's like, and he's like, bring your own bottle. And I'm like, that's cute because I'm not drinking tonight. So everybody can get shit faced. And I'm gonna come
the best thing to do at a work party?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna describe it to you. You can hear
You know,
my voice.
I'm gonna hold my breath.
Do you remember where we left? Good. Hold your breath because we're about to go on. Where we left off last time was the Titanic title card. Yoga. After we saw all those people waiting with the Titanic, all those historical figures. Right? And going into that, I want you to watch this. I am not going to watch this movie. It's serious full. It's serious full. You're not curious about what they need to see?
Yeah, I'm curious as an explorer, not as somebody who's going to watch. I will never watch a Titanic.
You're about to meet some really great stories. Look at that light. I don't know. There's a light. Oh, is it a heat sound? I don't. That's submarines.
Is it a light? I don't even know.
I'm gonna show it to everybody.
Yeah.
Look at that cool diving like robot guy that they got.
Cool.
Yes, there's a whole fleet of them.
You're punishing our fans. Yes, that's what you're doing. You're punishing them.
Everyone likes Titanic. Everybody loves Titanic. Okay, so you got that there's like Japanese. That's cool.
I don't know what's going on right now.
That's underwater machinery, dude.
Oh wow, cool. They found the Titanic. Is that what's going on? Who gives a shit?
We don't know. We'll find out next time. They found something. They found something underwater.
Yeah, go ahead, you moron. Go ahead and vote up Dick's problems. Big Dick solutions. This is what you're gonna get.
I got gloats about winning on the bingo right there.
Gloats about winning on bingo. Great.
All right. I also have. You remember we did a wine test last bonus episode.
You did a wine test, Dick. Yeah. So you lost. You lost the wine test. You remember that?
No,
Yeah.
I won the wine test.
Okay, you think. Okay, here's a recap for those who haven't listened to the last bonus episode yet. If you haven't purchased it, check it out. But listen to the recap of the wine contest. I simplified it for us. I got the first part of it and the last part of it. So here we go. So we have 6 glasses, and I want you, Dick, to try them all and to see if you can rank them from most expensive to least. Okay, that was the requirement. That was all you had to do. And here's the result.
All right. So D is my top. What is the actual ranking?
D is your top. Interesting, Dick. That is an $18 wine, buddy. You thought an $18 wine was way better than one that was twice the price. That's how you fail. The one adjustment. Okay, however,
user Q sent in a chart of my data, right?
Oh.
Here's what he says. Here it is, according to Madison's own bullshit wine tasting study. A simple graph of your ranking versus the actual prices shows a positive correlation between what you like and what you can't. Here it is, guys. You feast your eyes on that graph. It is a squiggle.
here. Some other shit.
That indicates as prices increase, my ranking went up. That's a positive correlation, you
Positive
jackass.
correlation. He has 6 data points, and he has a line drawn through, like a slightly upward slope.
Yeah.
That's what you're.
That's called the stats, buddy. This is enough to prove global warming. It's enough to prove that I can taste swine.
That's not his stats, you dumb shit. Positive correlation. My ass. There's a big dip in that, by the way. That big dip is the lowest wine that you also happen to like. You ranked it as a tie with the most expensive. And then you try to justify that as some kind of victory by saying, well, see, that's what I would have ordered in a restaurant. No, Dick, you wouldn't have, because you wouldn't have ordered the cheapest wine. You would have if you tasted them both and thought that they both tasted good after the fact, but you wouldn't have ordered it ever to begin with.
Is there a square on this bingo for jibber jabber? 'Cause that's what that was, Maddox. That was some jibber jabber.
Oh, actually, yeah, there is. It's a story about Dick hooking up with a girl. There we
I'll
go.
take one of
Mark
those
mine
later.
off. Yeah.
Ubercube goes on to say, the key is that you said generally expect more expensive wines to taste better, which I did. The black line indicates that I did, and I also picked your wine as shit wine. So that's two birds in the fuck that one up already. That's a twofer, man. That's a twofer.
Yeah, bring 2 birds to the beach, Dick. I think that's the
I
saying.
brought 2 birds to the beach right now.
Good job. Anyway, Dick, you got any voicemail?
I do. Here's somebody who wants to talk about freeing the nipple.
Hey guys, this is Chris from Maine. Doesn't really matter what town, there's no shit about Maine anyway. Big fan of the podcast, want you to keep up the great work. This is one thing to say about this free the nipple thing. I think if it really takes off and women are allowed to start walking the streets topless, then they need to give up their right to be offended by random boners in public. And one more thing, if House Control is going to help me out a little bit here, Dick, go fornicate thyself.
Okay. Take your bone.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good point. If you're walking around the streets, you run into some random boners. That pissed me off.
Yeah, actually running into them. Yeah. Could you imagine being 13 and like it's okay to be topless? Oh my god.
Holy shit. I masturbated catalogs back in the day.
Yeah.
Imagine like an actual boob. When's the first time you saw a boob, Dick, in real life? A real boob that wasn't your mom's or sister's?
It was at this weird like cowboy fantasy place, like one of those historical reenactment places.
Yeah.
And I remember being there with a bunch of guys my age. We were probably like 8. And for some reason, and we're talking about a real boob, like not a picture of a boob. For some reason, one of them said that he saw a boob. Like some girl was changing into one of those like bustier things.
Oh, like one of the performers?
Yeah, so we all ran back like little rascals, and I guess committed a sex crime by trying to spy on this girl changing.
Sexual assault, arrest them, buddy.
Yeah, but I saw some really amazing side boob through this, like, all these girls were kind of like whipping off their clothes and changing real fast.
Man.
And it's like, yeah, the guy was right. That kid was right. God bless him. I can't remember his name.
See, that was the very first deposit you made in your spank bank.
Yeah, I remember it vividly.
Yeah, it's a precious memory.
I've never jerked off to it though. I should change that.
Whoa. Wait a second. You saw a boob for the first time. You never jerked off?
No, dude, I was like 7 or 8. I got you don't jerk off that early. It was before a time when I remember jerking off.
I don't remember a time I didn't jerk off.
You came out of the room like that. I've been killing 9 months, roping the pud, and now here I am. Surprise, surprise.
Doctors pulled me out.
Hey, Mom, give me some soup. And my correspondence. That was Sean laughing in the background. Where's that?
Yeah, I already marked my. I didn't even have an umbilical cord. It was just a string of semen they pulled me out with.
This guy also has something to say about Free the Nipple. Jonas Hassel. Maddox is right about hashtag Free the Nipple. Remember how you said it would become ordinary and mundane to see nipples when expressed? Yeah. He says, Maddox is right in how it would become ordinary and mundane if there's tits flying everywhere. I mean, wasn't ankles and knees hot shit back in the day when the swimsuits was long as fuck? I didn't read this right. Also, look at hair in burqa-infested societies, and then an X and an uppercase D, which is like a laughing face.
Yeah, laughing. Yeah, I read that comment. He actually makes a good point. Yeah, hair, knees and ankles were hot shit way back in the day when people wore those The god-awful one-piece swimsuits from the 20s. Do you remember those?
They're not shit. Knees and
ankles? If you've never seen a knee or an ankle, you see it for the first time, you're gonna jerk off to it, buddy.
Jerk off to a knee?
I'll jerk off to a knee.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Why? Why? Yeah, you don't think knees are precious? If you've never seen one before, you're not gonna jerk off to it?
It's like the knobbiest, most utilitarian thing there is. Nobody's jerking off over knees.
Yeah, ergo nipples. Nipples are arbitrary lumps of skin that we're just fetishizing because we're so obsessed with them.
Sensitive. They're sensitive in their way.
Yeah, knees are sensitive, man.
Knees are not sensitive. Knees get all busted up and like scarred over a lifetime of crawling around.
I don't know what kind of rough sex you're doing with knees, but with me, I make love to knees.
You're fucked.
You've never gotten a knee job?
No.
Yeah.
No, I've humped a couple knees, but I've never done a knee job.
Okay, there we go. Now I've been fucking around. Now you did the real thing.
Hey, speaking of sex, this listener had a question for you.
Hey, fellas. I was wondering if Maddox can retell the story of how he firstly found out his mom is never giving his dad a blowjob. You guys are discussing how Maddox's mom gets worse every week. She is pretty terrible.
Okay.
He should get AIDS, never giving his dad a blowjob.
Yeah.
Come on now. Anyways, I need you tell this story to my girlfriend, actually, and they find it troublesome to believe how your dad has never gotten a blowjob.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Do you think he's trying to talk his girlfriend into giving him more blowjobs?
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, you got to always look for the angle. It's always about blowjobs.
Yeah, it's always about blowjobs.
I don't know if you want to tell that story. I don't want to hear it, but that guy did. So
I'll tell you the story, because here's why. My mom doesn't quite understand the internet or credit cards and payment systems, so she'll never buy these bonus episodes. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story.
That's secretly why I brought it into the bonus episode.
Perfect. Well, so I was working at the old telemarketing company a long time ago, and my mom called me one night. I was there really late at night. She called me at midnight, around the time people would be, in bed. And she called me crying, and she said, "Man, I saw the most awful thing on the internet." I said, "What's wrong, Mom?" She said, "I was looking at the news and went to some website and went to another website, and I saw this little girl dancing in the corner of my screen. She was dancing, my mom said. So she said, "Why is she dancing? I'm going to click. I'm going to see why she's dancing." And my mom clicked on it, and it took her, of course, this is like in the early 2000s. Took her to a billion pop-ups of porn websites. And she said she saw the most awful things you can imagine. And I imagined, like, the best things. Just, deep
like
knees.
6 guys on one knee.
Fuck you, Dick. If you've never seen a knee, you're gonna jerk off to it. That's a guarantee.
No, because I've never seen, like, the inside of an ear, and I'm not gonna jerk off to that just because it's something I haven't seen. Like, I'm not gonna get one of those doctor, like, ENT stethoscopes and look at a chick's ear and then start jerking off in the office. It's the same thing.
What if it looks just like a vagina? You're not gonna rub one out?
Then I'm jerking off to a vagina.
Yeah, except it's an ear. If you put 2 knees next to each other, they look like a bum.
Okay.
Fat knees look hot. Anyway, so my mom's telling me about all these horrible things she's seen, and then she started to describe something. She said, and man, I saw something so terrible. You'll never believe it. I said, "What? What did you see, Mom?" She said, "Okay, you know what Miss Lewinsky did to Mr. Clinton?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I saw that." And then that's when I realized my mom has never given my dad a blowjob. She couldn't have possibly given him a blowjob. Ever. She doesn't even have, it's not even in her vocabulary. She doesn't even know how to explain this obscene sex act that she saw.
Really?
And I thought my poor dad has never got a blowjob from my mom.
You sure she wasn't just trying to be, like, demure with you and secretly she really knows what's going on?
My mom is fucking not demure. I got more stories, buddy. She's talked about my dick. She's talked about terrible. Oh, yeah. My mom is she's got a mouth on her. She's not demure at all. Wait till you hear about her talking about lesbians. I'm gonna get her in as a guest on one of these shows one time. And I'll get her talking about lesbians.
Oh yeah, bring her in on Mother's Day, please, God.
Yeah,
that would be a great show.
When is Mother's Day? I always ignore it.
I don't know. Without Facebook, I would never know.
Yeah. So my dad's never been blown by my mom. So poor guy.
Good voicemail.
I think your dad is he's jumping off roofs. He said that he's always falling off. I think he's trying to kill himself.
Jumping off. Maybe,
tough.
maybe the woman she saw was just ruining a guy's presidency, not blowing him, right?
You mean actually
Doing what
Monica
Lewinsky did to Clinton. No.
Yeah. All right.
Is there space for my jokes not being funny on this bingo? Nope. You ready to get to some solutions?
Let's get to some solutions, Dick. What's your first solution this week?
Encrypt everything.
Okay, again, you fucked up the way you... Dick, you sent that to me in an email, and I thought you were just in a hurry, and you were going to correct it when you said it on air. It's encrypting everything. You need to add a gerund to that.
I was going to fix it before I got to the air, but I forgot. Encrypting everything.
Encrypting everything. Okay, why is that a solution?
Well, you know what the EFF is? I assume you do, but I'm going to say it just because some people don't know. It's the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Right.
They're a benevolent online organization, nonprofit, full of like smart people and lawyers, and their sole purpose is to protect your rights online. Right? Protecting your right to privacy, and like they're the people who defend legally people who can't defend themselves when it comes to cyber crimes or hackings.
They're like the ACLU of the internet.
I thought you were going to say the AT of the internet.
They're like the AT of the internet.
They're like the ACLU of the internet, right?
Sure.
So they released a God, I don't know what you call it. It's a gigantic document this week called A Game Plan for Ending Global Mass Surveillance. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, it's an interesting document. However, it kind of just brings up things you can do legally to pressure governments around the world. Like, right now, everything online is known by the NSA. And like the Five Eyes, whatever 5 countries who are our buddies, our friends.
Britain, Germany,
yeah, Canada. They're all just sending our data around amongst each other for laughs, basically.
Yeah.
Right? And I really don't like that. I don't like the thought of all these dudes, these vultures behind the scenes, like these Men in Black and these cigarette-smoking a-holes like the X-Files, looking at all the porno and erotic stories I'm reading.
Goons, yeah.
Yeah. When I think of the government, I like to picture like a guy, like a dad who has like 9 daughters and like an Italian wife, like Angelo's mom.
Yeah.
And all of his daughters are like that, and he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Like everybody's just running amok and running out of control, and I have nothing to do with it, and I have barely enough power to kind of exert influence every once in a while, but that's it. But that's not what the government's like. They know everything.
Yeah.
They got like they got a copy of everything that we do online, and it really pisses me off.
So you think that encrypting everything is the solution to prevent government from snooping?
Well, I would like to think that it would stop it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they say.
Wouldn't we all like to think that?
Yeah, but it's a very complicated problem, and the ease of access to our data is only part of it.
Yeah, Dick, I took a number theory class in college, and in that class, it was one of the best classes I've ever taken. In that class, they taught us about, it's a really fascinating class, by the way. Here's a quick tangent, but everybody should take a number theory class, even if you've never had any higher level mathematics, even if you don't understand calculus. Number theory is a different branch of mathematics that has nothing to do with all that other shit that you don't know how to solve. Anyway, they taught us how to find prime numbers. That's one of the main things in number theories, is they're obsessed with trying to find all the prime numbers and trying to find if there's a pattern in prime numbers, right? And with prime numbers, that's how we create encryption. And that's how these guys came up with the RSA. They used the prime numbers to create the RSA encryption algorithm, which is supposed to be unbeatable. They taught us that encryption algorithm in my number theory class. However, that encryption algorithm that's unbeatable is not the one that we use in the industry. The one that we use in the industry has a backdoor, and that backdoor is available and accessible to most intelligence agencies around the world.
Yeah, which I hate. That's like, I also brought that because I don't know if I've talked about this much, even with you, but I also took math in college. I took discrete math in college, and I dropped out. I dropped out bravely to work at an encryption company.
Are any of these humble brags?
Yeah, you're right.
That's not humble.
You're right.
That's not
I was going to say
humble.
for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a humble brag for you, Maddox.
That's everything I say is a humble brag.
So I dropped out to join this encryption startup company and, make millions of dollars like everyone else who was joining startups at the time in the 2000s. Of course, I never made a single dime. But our encryption product was supposed to fix things like this. However, it was impossible to convince people that they should do it. And now, 14 years later, it still is. The number one argument using any kind of encryption online is protecting anything. And of course, it only works if everyone is doing it, right?
Sure, it's like herd immunity.
Exactly.
Vote it up, people.
Exactly. When only bad guys are encrypting stuff, it's easy to beat. Like when only people who are trying to hide something are doing it, it's easy to beat. But if everybody's encrypting everything, then they can't get your stuff.
Yeah. Well, you can't even get people to install new versions of operating systems for web browsers or to their benefit programs to their son talking about their parents not giving their father a blowjob.
Yeah.
So how can you get these people to encrypt their computers?
No, I don't know. And that's why I left it kind of as encrypt everything, because I didn't really know what to call this problem. But I think there needs to be a quantum leap in the way data is shipped around on the internet. And I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Well, Dick, you have this encryption product that you worked on. Why not just release it open source and let everyone encrypt everything all the time?
Because it still requires fundamentally changing the way people send their data around. Like, you can't easily post stuff to Facebook. You can't easily put stuff in the public eye if you're using encryption at all. Like, Google wouldn't if everything was encrypted. It's a huge pain in the ass for everybody.
Why? Aren't there Tor networks that encrypt basically the connecting nodes and the connecting points that you go through to encrypt your basically your trail on the internet?
Right. So that's a great start, and that's part of my solution. Everybody using something like Tor, right? I don't know if Tor the encrypting network.
Yeah.
It's a little thing that sends a little bit to everybody.
Explain Tor for people who don't understand.
It wraps every piece of data in. It's like playing operator in school. You're passing a note to somebody, you pass it to your buddy, you pass a little bit of the note to everybody, and you say, I want to get it to that guy over there, and I'm writing instructions on how to get this piece to him and giving it to you.
So it's a big game of telephone, where at the end of the line, you might be looking at some porn.
Child porn.
Yeah.
But that's the
Child porn
problem.
and illicit drugs.
That's the problem.
That's what people really need encryption for, Dick. The majority of conversations online are stupid, inane bullshit. You know what? I wish it was all encrypted and I couldn't see people's Facebook status updates because they're so fucking dumb. If they were encrypted with, like, I don't know, a 1024 key, I would never fucking use it. I wouldn't even run the risk of accidentally unencrypting it.
That'd be great.
Yeah. It'd make me so happy.
Yeah, no, that's part of it. That only drug dealers and crazy porn, people doing illegal porn, whatever flavor of illegal porn that might be.
Actually, let's imagine.
Well, the problem is it's not. I mean, you said that. Yeah, you don't need it, and that only bad guys are doing it, kind of. But it's also having all that data out there. Like recently, somebody found that Google's basically saving every place you go.
Yeah.
And it's just accessible.
Of course.
That's
yeah.
just not encrypted.
Right.
Like, none of that's safe.
Yeah.
Where you've been, like the little devices tracking you around all day, and it's just going to get worse. That's not encrypted.
Nah.
The problem is when you get that data to, like, the cops who want to bust you on something, they're not really as thorough as the NSA. You know what I'm saying?
You mean when they access that data, you're afraid they're not storing it safely?
No, I'm afraid they just kind of want to nail you on things.
Yeah. Okay. So that was actually a big point of contention in that Serial podcast that everyone was losing their fucking minds over. When
I didn't listen to that at all.
Yeah, I listened to it. I listened to like 3 episodes, and then by the time I started listening, the last episode had come out, and all these articles came out summarizing it, and I said, well, fuck it, I'm not going to spend 12 hours of my life listening to this shit if I can just read a Cliff's Notes.
Yeah.
So I read the Cliff's Notes, and it turns out that, nothing really happened. So anyway...
Sounds like an awesome podcast.
That's basically the whole podcast. It's like, hey, you know that point where we started from? We're back there. Great.
Okay.
We made no progress.
They don't solve things like we do.
No, they should come up with a big solution list, huh? Yeah. Anyway, one of the points that they brought up in this guy's court case is he was near a certain cell tower during the time of the murder of this chick, right? So if he was in that vicinity, then they can reasonably conclude that this guy, that's pretty damning evidence.
Yeah.
But you could be there for any number of reasons, passing by a certain cell tower. I know myself, for example, you can pass through I don't know, thousands of cell towers if you don't turn off your cell phone.
Yeah. So you're agreeing with me that it's bad.
Yeah, encrypting everything, but Dick, I guess it's a solution. What's this like utopian ideal you're pitching?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of one to pitch it. I can't think of a way to pitch it to people when the majority of people think that the NSA spying is fine. They're in support of it.
Well, so the devil's advocate argument here is there is some good that comes from it, right? They could potentially snoop out some important information. That's how they caught the terrorists in Belgium before they were able to plan their attack. They were snooping.
NSA snooping?
Yeah, they had informants and snooping. They do everything. They do all sorts of tricks. And
That's not worth
heuristic
it.
analysis and all that shit. You don't think it's worth it?
No, that's not worth it to me.
Yeah, well, you might be right because our founding fathers agree with you, Dick. But
surprise.
let's get to a real solution this week.
Oh wait, no, I didn't want to. I wanted to mention executive
Yeah.
order that this whole thing's based on because I actually think it is important. I read the whole EFF thing, and this was one thing that it could actually change. So the entire power of the NSA to do this to us is by Executive Order 12333.
Okay.
12333 that Reagan made before there was an internet, so it didn't matter. And now every president since then has kept signing it in. And they can all just wipe it, right?
Yeah.
Any one of them can
They're
just
never
say,
going to.
No, they're never going to. Very frustrating.
It's like airline fees. Once they add them, they're never going to take them away.
Yeah.
Prices never go down.
Government just gets bigger, right?
Okay, here we go. Libertarian agenda. That should be a square on here. Is that a logical fallacy? I don't know.
All right, what's your solution?
Dick, let's get to a real solution this week. And I'm counting that as let's get to a real problem. Lesbians. Huh?
Okay.
There is a solution, buddy. What do you know about lesbians, Dick?
I know.
No, well. Dick knows nothing about lesbians. This is from the week.
I'm good with lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean good with lesbians? They're not,
No, I have an affinity with them. Like somehow I understand them and they understand me.
Great, Dick. Like, you can communicate with each other?
Yes, I'm like a lesbian whisperer. I really am.
Yeah. What do you whisper to lesbians?
It's more about sounds, making sounds and movements, like a magician.
Yeah. You know what, Dick, I hate to agree with you on any point like this, but you do have this weird thing. I've seen you around lesbians.
Yeah.
It is weird.
And I can pick them out, too.
Well, yeah, I can pick them out, too.
No, not the ones that are wearing like hockey jerseys, like the ones that look like just like regular girls. I'm like, oh, you got kind of a lesbian thing going on.
You know, I can too, Dick. I called it. There's this girl I know, and you know her too. I totally called it. And she recently came out. She's getting married to some chick. Yeah. Listen to this, Dick. Only 19% of Americans over the age of 55 see pornography as a morally acceptable thing to do, and over 49% of Americans age 18 to 34 think it's okay. What does that have to do?
Say those numbers again? The percentages?
19% of Americans over the age 55 see pornography as morally acceptable. So the majority, 80% of people over the age 55 see pornography as a moral failing.
80%?
80% of people over the age of 55. That means our
it's a
parents'
moral
generation,
failing.
they think it's a moral failing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Now, why am I talking about pornography? Why did I bring that in? Because of lesbians. Okay?
Okay.
So lesbians...
Because everything they do is pornographic, so there should be more of them?
No, dude. Okay, listen. When lesbian porn, I feel like, really came into prominence in the early 90s, late 80s. It was like, in the 80s and 70s, it was kind of this like taboo hush-hush thing that kind of happened behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But in the early 90s, lesbians exploded onto the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And so I think that lesbians have pushed forward the civil rights movement for homosexuals, lesbians, gay, bisexual, LGBTQ. They pushed that forward single-handedly.
I didn't know there was a Q on there now.
Q is queer.
Okay.
So that's, I think, all of the above. So the way they did that is there were a whole bunch of bigots and people who were closet homophobes. And I would even say myself to some degree. When I was 16 years old, I grew up in Utah, and I was raised in a very conservative state, conservative family. Gays to me were this disgusting thing. I mean,
really?
Well, sure.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I grew up that way. All my friends were like that. They were like, yeah, it's a gross thing.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. We don't think about it. And then I remember the first time I got onto a BBS. when I was 16 years old.
Right.
I joined a chat room, and there was a guy in there who was talking about being gay. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's gay. Cool, all right. I got my very own gay to talk to. This is cool.
Okay.
So the first question I asked this guy, I private messaged him.
It's like an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Sven.
No, this guy's a real dude. The first question I asked him, I remember I messaged him. I said, why are you gay? He wrote back and he said, why are you straight? I thought, shit, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but are you?
Yes, Dick. Anyway.
Let's get this sexy listener in the audience to find out. That's what I want to do. Yeah. How's your bingo going, sweetie?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Anyway,
it's not a contest. Nothing on this show is a contest. You're not winning. Okay, I'm sorry. What else? What else?
So yeah, this guy told me that he basically asked me that question. That started my line of thinking about this whole homosexuality issue and whether it's a choice and whether you're born with it, et cetera, et cetera. And then I got
that would be fascinating to know your thought progression from that.
Yeah,
because you're such a logical guy, but you know you are where you grow up.
Yeah,
like you just get their values automatically.
Pretty much, but I reasoned my way into the position I'm at today. But that was one step of it. That was one step. The second step was when my friends and I first started discovering porn, we came across this entire genre of lesbian porn.
Right.
And it blew my mind. It was the hottest thing ever. I don't watch it that much anymore because I'm an adult and I've had sex with women before. So it's no longer this fascination with me. That's not a bag of sand's comment, Dick.
Okay.
Anyway. So that also helped progress my thinking. I remember thinking at the time, I thought, well, this is pretty hot, but it's gay sex I'm watching. I'm watching two women have gay sex together.
Yeah.
So I rationalized, I said, well, if I don't have a problem with this, then how can I have a problem with that? And I found that I wasn't the only person who had that kind of connection. Like people felt like they didn't want to be hypocrites.
Yeah, but don't you think they're doing it for your benefit, kind of? Like for lesbian porn? It's like you're not really watching gay sex. Like, I don't know if lesbians are like, at home, they're like flinging pillows around and having pillow fights and like calling each other whores, right? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. No, you're right, Dick. However, I did a lot of research around that time. I picked up books on lesbianism.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. My research continues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing research right now. What's on your laptop over there, Dick? Anyway, I started doing research on lesbian porn, and not lesbian porn, lesbian culture and lesbians, and I started getting to know, what it's like what those people are. I became friends with some lesbians and gay people, et cetera, et cetera. But that was the gateway towards it, and I believe that that's what caused a precipitous movement in the gay rights movement. I believe a precipitous moment in the gay rights movement.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that lesbians are a gateway tolerance for people.
That's it, Dick.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the summary. Lesbians are the gateway to tolerance.
It's like gay light.
Yeah.
Something homophobes can can ingest.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something homophobes can ingest. It's like, well, you take a little bite. You like a taste of this?
Yeah.
Now you got a big dick in your mouth. Listen to this, Dick. Have you ever talked to a chick online and you're trying to get her
twice?
And you're trying to get her, again, your sister and mom don't count. You're trying to get her to send you pictures of her panties.
No. I'm not that guy. Remember, I go to bikini bars.
Yeah.
I don't try to get her pictures of her panties off.
You always want nudes, don't you?
I just want topless, man.
Okay, topless,
I don't give a fuck
fine.
about what's going on down below.
Whatever, Dick. You're not into knees, I found out.
Nothing below the waist. Or above the neck.
No.
Or on either side of the torso. That's my sweet spot.
You starting from the very left edge of the left areola to the right edge of the right areola.
I like side boobs.
Oh, you like side boob? Okay.
I'm a podsexual.
Oh, thank God. Thank God you're not some weirdo. Anyway, Dick, you're talking to a girl online. You're trying to get into the sexy territory with conversation. Have you ever asked a girl if she likes to watch porn?
No.
Oh, what an idiot. Why not?
Because I'm too busy asking them about their dads.
Oh, great, Dick. Your stupid fucking pickups are the worst, Dick. I don't know how you've ever been laid. Anyway, Dick,
Right,
a normal
if you-
guy.
knowing me, by now, everybody listening to the podcast, knowing like my actual personality, my pickup lines are fucking incredible if I ever get laid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my lines are like plutonium. Go, but please continue.
Yeah. No, they're kryptonite. Is that what you meant to say? They're definitely kryptonite.
They're like red kryptonite. That's a different kind of kryptonite. It makes Superman go horny as fuck. Only the green hurts him.
Okay, Dick. Tired of hearing about your green kryptonite. Listen to this, man. So when I ask a chick sometimes, when I ask chicks if they watch porn, invariably they say yes, and they say that the type of porn they're into is lesbian porn.
Oh, okay.
Most chicks I know who watch porn watch lesbian porn. And as Sean's nodding, Randy, have you ever talked to a chick who looks at porn, lesbian porn? Randy's nodding, everybody's nodding.
Well, wait a minute. We didn't ask
What
the most
the-
important person in the audience whether she watches.
Yeah,
lesbian
she's
porn or
blushing too
not.
hard, so that's a yes. So listen to this.
Oh, no,
thing.
I want to get a nod or a
Yeah.
head shake or something.
Yeah, there's a nod.
That's
We got a nod.
Was that a nod about what I wanted, or was that a nod about the porn? That was a nod
Yeah.
about the porn she
Uh-huh.
wants. Oh. Sean, give her a mic. Can we do that?
It's because the lesbian porn is very delicate, and it's actually what the woman wants to feel. So, you know, if you see a guy porn, they're all rough, and it's like something that the girl doesn't like. So,
My ex said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly remembering like when she got into porn, it was for the same reason.
Because lesbian porn is done from the woman's point of view, whereas most porn is done as a male's point of view, because it's like kind of like the male fantasy, right? Because guys are consuming most visual porn. So I went to cosmopolitan.com, Cosmo. They had a study, they had a survey that they did with 4,000 men and women that they asked.
Okay.
73.3% of women aged 18 to 24 say they watch porn, according to Cosmo. 73%. So it's probably higher than that, because a lot of people are shy and they lie about that kind of thing. 45% of single women watch porn. And this is interesting. 55% of women in relationships watch porn. So if you're in a relationship, you're actually watching more porn than single women. And 28% of women, when they watch straight porn, male and female, one woman, one man, 28% of them are watching the woman instead of the couple or instead of the man.
Wait. 28% of women watching porn are watching the woman?
And these are straight women watching straight porn. They're watching the woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And 46% of women admit to watching lesbian porn, whereas only 2% of men have ever watched gay porn. Which sounds like it correlates to the amount of gay men in the population, right?
My head's gonna explode. You've got like porn and all these numbers to keep track of all
Yeah.
at once. Like a lot of this. Usually I just snooze out at the numbers, but then you're talking about porn, so.
Well, see, I like porn and I like math, so I'm getting a power boner, buddy. 63% of men have never watched gay porn, and only 15% of women say that they haven't watched lesbian porn. Only 15% of women have deprived themselves of the wonderful, wonderful world of lesbian porn. So lesbian porn is a solution because A, it has moved the civil rights movement forward for gays.
Yeah.
People are more likely to be receptive to same-sex marriage because I believe because of lesbian porn. You can see I have a graph here from I believe it's from Pew, the Pew Research Center. In 2009 and 2006, there were two big jumps in the attitudes of gay marriage. From 2006 to 2014, it's increased precipitously, but it's generational too. Our generation is way more likely in favor of same-sex marriage than than the silent generation, which is what they call it. The silent generation is 1928 to 45. Baby boomers.
Oh, the matures.
The matures, yeah. They're opposed. Only 35% of them are in favor today of same-sex marriage, whereas the baby boomers, that's it. If you were born from 1946 to 64, they classify you as a baby boomer, and only 46% are. Then Generation X is 65 to 80. That's 53%, and then millennials, 1981 or later,
after you blame
67% in favor of gay marriage.
This graph looks like a big old boner.
It does look like a big old boner,
Well,
buddy.
you fucked something up though.
What?
You should call this solution lesbian porn, not lesbians.
Nah, lesbian porn couldn't exist without lesbians.
Yeah, I guess, but lesbians are also a big problem.
Why are they a big problem, Dick?
Because they're taking our women.
All
right?
No, they're not.
Every lesbian couple you see,
Yeah.
That's competition.
No, Dick, they're
That's
not
two
taking.
women that
No,
are
they're
being
not.
taken away from you.
They're taking other lesbian women, which were never in our dating pool to begin with.
Well,
So
you know,
fallacy, logical fallacy.
Exactly.
Here's one other thing, Dick, and this is my last point about lesbians. It's also a form of population control. There are fewer people having kids. I know they can adopt and in vitro, but adoption's great. They're taking kids who need parents and giving them parents.
Yeah.
So that's my argument with lesbians, man. Biggest solution in the universe. Vote it up.
Here's another problem with lesbians, though.
What?
They kill your game. Man. Have you ever tried picking up a girl with a lesbian as a wingman?
The lesbian is a wingman. No, most of my wingmen are straight women or you.
Yeah, I'm good at it.
You are good.
Yeah.
You are good. You are good, and there's one other person we both know mutually who's excellent wingman. I've had some really shitty women wingmen.
Who is it? Oh, our Chinese friend?
That's the guy.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's amazing.
He's amazing.
It's like the James Bond of wingmen.
No, I was talking to this girl at a bar, and I was there with my friend who's a Q, I guess. Can you say queer if they say they on the sign?
I know who you're talking. Yeah, she identifies herself as queer. Yes.
So I can say it as much as I want?
Yeah.
All right. I was there with a queer. Is that wrong? Am I allowed to do that?
The way you're saying it, you're getting too much joy out of it.
Oh, because I haven't been able to say this since like 1992. So I was there with my friend, and we both noticed this girl. So I'm like, oh, game on. Let's go talk to this girl.
Okay.
Right? We get over there, and she's like a 13-year-old boy that's seen a boobie for the first time. Like just shooting pickup lines and like compliments and spaghetti out of her pocket like a pasta machine. I was like, oh my god, what? Like I start laughing at this girl's reaction because she's like, I don't know if this is like is this real life? Like she's looking at this girl with me saying like, am I getting hit on by a 13-year-old boy? But coming at it, is this like a Freaky Friday thing that I'm witnessing?
Dick, you toolbox. You know what happened there? You guys were both gunning for the same girl.
Yeah, but you can do that. You can do that gracefully.
Not as a wingman, you can't. If a wingman is there, he's there to support you. And if your target, if the person you're talking to suddenly takes interest in your wingman's, as a gentleman, should back down and be like, you know what, I'm going to go to the bar, get you guys both a drink, and try to salvage this relationship. What she did, though, she was winging for the same girl that you were. That's a terrible wingman.
Well, either way, I would have had better chances with the girl if I had just jizzed in my pants right there and just said like, hey, check that out.
Oh,
jizzed in my pants. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty gross, Dick.
All right, is that your solution?
That's my solution, lesbians.
Okay, here's my next solution. Oh man, we're running out of time. This is a good one. Novel solution. It was suggested to me, and I phrased it correctly, I think. Time traveling.
Oh, all right. Well, you did phrase it correctly, Dick, so there you go. There's one for you.
What problem couldn't we solve with a little bit of time traveling, Maddox?
Paradoxes.
All right.
I shot you down already. Let's move on. My solution. Yeah. Anything else, Dick?
No. I had written stuff down, but
okay. Dick, first of all, time travel is rife with paradoxes.
I suppose so. What about if it's the kind that it does it that isn't?
Oh, the imaginary kind? Well, it's all imaginary. It's not a real fucking thing. What do you mean time travel? Your solution is so hypothetical. Both your solutions, everyone encrypting everything and time travel. Great solutions.
Encrypting everything's gonna happen.
Oh,
That's gonna happen. Eventually.
You know what, Dick?
They got top minds working on it.
Top minds, really? Yeah, they're working around the clock to encrypt everyone's data.
Yeah.
The government doesn't want it. Industry doesn't want it. Makes everything more difficult. There's more data processing that goes on with encryption.
So what do you think? It's just going to be the way it is forever, with everybody basically writing everything they write out in the open?
I think people who are worried about the security of their data being stolen, like Target, so they don't get another giant ass lawsuit, those people will care. And then the rest of the dullards, the 99%. Who are sitting there posting stupid shits to stupid articles to Real Pharmacy and WorldTruth.tv on my fucking Facebook feed all the fucking time. Those people aren't going to encrypt shit.
No, I think there will be like a quantum evolution in the way data is sent around through the internet.
Speaking of quantum evolution, Dick, how is time traveling a solution?
Well, besides the paradox, What problem could you not solve with time traveling?
Oh boy.
Slacktivism.
Slacktivism, yeah.
You get all the slacktivists together, you go back in time, and you bang their moms. So they're never born. Pretty good solution.
Or I'm
so far.
I'm the parent of all those people. Here's something you couldn't solve.
Wear one of your precious condoms, so they're never born.
Yeah, I will wear a condom, Dick, or I'll pull out. How about that? Either way, they're not getting pregnant. Not from this guy. Besides, I'm jerking off too much. Anyway, listen, Dick. Here's
you
the
get
solution.
pregnant through the knees.
I mean, if you shoot hard enough, sure, I can see that.
Oh God.
You know, I immediately pictured a position where that could be possible. I'd have to be on top, and then they'd have to be kind of like that prone position. No, okay. Anyway, it's getting gross. Dick, here's something you can solve with time travel. What time is it? How you can solve that with time travel, dickhead? We could go back in time and look at the time when they asked, and then come back to the future and say, oh, it's 8:53, but you're gonna be wrong.
No, I was gonna do one of those stupid. The question isn't where are we, it's when are we. But then I realized that was the actual question.
Yeah.
What time is it? Don't be a jackass. You can solve anything with time traveling. Yeah.
What
was
time
your
is it?
last problem? Vintage clothing.
Yeah.
Go back in time and get the clothes new, man, when it's cheap.
Then
You got
it's
no
not
more
vintage.
overpriced vintage clothing.
Oh, that's true, Dick. With time travel, there would be no vintage clothing.
Yeah.
It's just clothing.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love clothing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good solution.
Yeah. So great, Dick. It's a good solution for no one because it still doesn't fucking exist. It's all theoretical.
You're shitting on time traveling?
Yeah.
What?
I knew you brought this in thinking that I'd be all on board. You know what, Dick?
You don't have to be all on board, but you can't even solve what time is it with the time traveling? Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You know, there's all these paradoxes. There are all these people who talk about the paradoxes of time travel, but they say, look, if time travel exists, there's a guy, I believe it was in the New Yorker or some magazine, he wrote this article about how everyone's first thing that they would do with time travel is go back in time and kill Hitler. But he said,
what?
Yeah, that's what most people say.
Those are liars.
Yeah,
no,
they're
they
liars.
wouldn't.
Bunch of idiots. It'd be, like people are that altruistic.
I'm
And
not
also,
gonna
he
walk
made
him
the
out.
case that
You're free
first
to
of all,
come
the
and go, my
majority of
son.
people aren't murderers. You
Okay.
don't have it in you to murder someone. If you went back
Even if
in
it's
time,
Hitler.
even if it's Hitler,
Yeah.
if you went back in time and you
Let's see
were
here.
tasked with
Not
having to
really. It's
strangle
not
Hitler, could
quite
you
there
do
yet,
that?
but-
Could you really fucking do that?
Yeah.
I mean, not me or you, but I'm saying in general, the listener. Could you strangle Hitler to death? I know I fucking could. But, like, the majority of people can't. They don't even have the strength. They don't even have the fortitude. They can't hold down a man to strangle him. Are you kidding me? And then they said, there's that argument, I think it's a comedian, I forget who said this, but he said if you went back in time and killed Hitler as a baby, then that means you're just a baby killer. Because no one at the time would have known that Hitler was going to grow up to be this dictator. To them, you just went back in time and murdered a baby. Here comes a time-traveling dickhead, just boom, you know, zapping into our time and then just murdering a baby and then leaving.
You'd have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah.
You'd be known throughout history as that one guy who killed a baby.
And could
that's
you
it.
could you live with that on your conscience? Like actually imagine strangling a baby or holding its head down underwater, like in a bathtub or a sink or a toilet.
I don't want to do that.
Exactly. So you're not going to kill Hitler.
All right, well, this
can't-
solution's got a lot of problems stacking up. Paradoxes, not killing Hitler.
And also, I saw a webcomic, Dick. Everyone imagines time travel as this nice, neat thing that happens where you just hop in a machine and you just zap to some time, right? But I saw this webcomic a while back that showed the actuality of time travel that nobody really considers. If you zap out of Earth at a certain time, Earth is going to keep spinning. And if you zap into another time, Earth isn't going to be in the same location that you left from. You're going to zap into space somewhere.
Yeah, well, I was talking about the kind of time machine where you could just go back and, like, steal a bunch of famous songs and pretend that you wrote them.
That's what we're getting at, some bullshit. All right, what do you want to steal, Dick?
Whatever. Happy birthday, I'll steal that. I wrote it. I'll go back, I'll make up a bunch of, like, fake names and then steal famous songs.
Is that what you would steal? You wouldn't
No, I
invest
do,
in the
like,
stock
I do
market?
Beatles stuff, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I'd just show up, like, a couple minutes before John Lennon. Say, okay, what's up, guys? We need to talk about it.
You would get kicked off. Sick.
No, because I know all the songs. I know all the hits. Not a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but
Like,
they
his little
would change.
song, his little ditty I wrote called Magic.
Yeah, they'd be like,
Chicks
I don't
love
know,
it.
I'm not feeling it. What
And
if they
I'd
say
say,
that?
like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. What if you go back? So in every era that you go back to, Dick, there's me. Except I'm a different person. I'm in the Beatles. You go back trying to be in the Beatles, I'm there right there, sticking my finger in your pudding.
I'd go with the Beach Boys then. I know more bands than you. You don't know a lot about bands.
Yeah, I'm still there though. I'd be there. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But I'd put the veto on whatever you wanted.
All right, that's again another problem with this solution.
Yeah. Okay, Dick. What is one thing you would change in history if you had a time machine that would make the biggest positive impact in the world?
No, I would just use it to get like money for myself.
Okay.
A positive impact?
Yeah.
On the world? Oh God.
Why don't you just rob a bank, Dick? That's feasible. That's at least something that people have done.
Like in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, or in the future, yeah.
A positive impact for the whole world.
Yeah.
Huh. Something that went wrong.
So killing Hitler's one. People often point to killing Hitler. You know who you could probably kill, and nobody would really notice, is Genghis Khan. That's a big one. Because Genghis Khan, you go back in the time, in the era of Genghis Khan, people were dying from all sorts of things all the time. You could poison a baby, get in, get out, no problem. Put in some formula, whatever, feed it.
No, I know what I would do. I would go back in time to when I thought of this solution and think of a better solution. All right, you want to go?
Okay, Dick. Let's get to a real solution.
Does that count as Dick versus Dick? I got that square.
That is a Dick versus. Okay, there we go.
Is anyone close?
I'm one away from winning. We just need a voicemail and a foreign accent, which I don't think we're getting yet since we passed voicemail. Do you have any more voicemails?
Yeah, but now that I know you're close, I'm not going to play it.
I'm just kidding. I actually just need a zinger about Sean deleting the podcast.
Oh, fuck you.
There we go.
Damn it! I can't believe a story about Dick being really drunk hasn't been said yet. Or a video game reference out of you, Maddox.
That's what I need. We got a lot more show coming. Anyway, guys, let's get to another big solution. The biggest solution in the universe, maybe, is abortion. Huh? Yeah. There is a fucking solution.
Yeah.
Abortion. Killing babies. Speaking of killing babies, I feel like we're just continuing the last segment.
Well, killing fetuses.
Killing fetuses, sure. U.S. abortion rates. So first of all, abortion rates are the lowest level since 1973.
I read that.
Yeah.
It's troubling. It's a troubling statistic.
It is troubling. Why aren't people aborting more babies?
I don't know.
You know what, Dick? Have you read the book Freakonomics?
Yeah.
Any minute now.
One of the
Something
opening
is-
chapters of that book talked about this effect that
there's only
abortion
junk
has
mail
caused.
in there,
So
bills,
they
Courtney?
mentioned that since the 70s,
You'll
crime
never
has
have heard me
plummeted
read this hard.
in America. It's also plummeted in different countries, and no politicians have come out to take credit for this. The left hasn't taken credit because they've been trying to pass gun control legislation so they could argue that, yeah, it's gun control, we passed this legislation and therefore crime has lowered. That's not happened. And the right hasn't taken credit for this because they've done jack shit, essentially. So why has crime dropped? Well, these two researchers, Stephen Levitt of the University of Chicago and John Donahue of Yale University, wrote a 2001 paper called The Impact of Legalized Abortion on Crime. And they pointed to the fact that males aged 18 to 24 are most likely to commit crimes. So they looked at the data and they found that crime started to decline in 1992, and they suggested that the absence of unwanted children following the legalization of abortion led to a reduction in crime 18 years later, starting around 1992 and dropping sharply in 1995. These would have been the peak crime committing years of those unborn children who were aborted. Now, who are the type of people who abort children? Well, they're mostly single moms who get knocked up. They're people who are unwilling and unable to raise their kids. A lot of times they might be delinquents, or they just might not be in the right point of time in their life to have a child.
I assume that's true, but I don't know if it is.
Well, I went to
Quite
some anti-abortion website, which I don't even want to mention or link to, but they mentioned that they did a bunch of research and they found that it's mostly single moms. Well, of course it's single moms.
Yeah.
You're generally gonna abort a child because you can't raise it and you're unwilling to raise it. If you're unwilling to raise a child, guess what? If you're forced to, you're not going to necessarily be a good parent. You're gonna be a shitty parent because you've probably made a bunch of bad decisions, and like say unprotected sex or whatever it was that caused you to have that, right?
Yeah.
So these are the parents who are aborting children. And studies in Canada and Australia claim to have established a correlation between legalized abortion and overall crime reduction.
Yeah, but you know what? We don't get good movies anymore. Like back when they thought super criminals were going to be running rampant today.
Yeah, like RoboCop.
RoboCop. Yeah, we can't have RoboCop anymore because all this abortion killed all these future criminals.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. It does depress me that there aren't crime lords.
Yeah.
There are more crime lords, Dick.
What about that?
That could
Cram
be.
that up your solution.
See, why didn't you mention that as your time travel solution? Go
What,
back
go
in
back in
crime
time
and make
and
more
unavoid
crime.
everybody?
Just make sure that Roe versus Wade doesn't pass. Huh? That could make more good movies in the future, Dick.
That's true.
We'd have RoboCop 3 right now that wasn't total dog shit.
Yeah. No, you thought that was dog shit?
RoboCop 3?
No, the remake.
The remake was total
okay.
dog shit.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Oh
that
my
remake
God.
was great.
It was so tame. You don't even
It
like
was
gore.
PG-13.
Yeah,
though.
oh, PG-13. Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot I'm a fucking adult.
No, I'm against the PG-13 movie, but that RoboCop remake was very good.
Very piece of shit.
I can't believe you think that. With all like the techno garbage that they had in it, like the man-machine thing.
You suck.
Garbage. Yeah.
Crazy.
It was the whole movie was just like watching a video game. Everyone that was killed was a robot.
Video game
essentially.
reference. That's a video game reference. You didn't like RoboCop fighting all those other robots, though? That was cool.
That was a video. It was boring, man. He was just destroying a bunch of machines. Machines that you don't care about. In the original RoboCop, you saw someone get blasted and then fall out a window. You saw acid get poured on someone's face. It was gory. It was gritty. It was disgusting. It was everything a RoboCop movie should have been. It really felt like Detroit today.
It was the first RoboCop movie, so
yeah. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So, and that was probably catching the abortion trend just at the right time, right before it really had that huge impact.
Yeah.
So crime was still high from the unaborted fetuses that were criminals.
Just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie.
Yeah.
A lot of crime.
Gritty
Kids
movie.
with no parents.
Yeah. Now who are superheroes even fighting? They have to fight super villains. We have to invent criminals for them because there aren't many. Okay, fine, Dick. That's great. Sorry your movies aren't as exciting for you, but for the rest of the world, it's a good thing that abortion is happening. Also, it's a form of population control, which is keeping our population in check. These kids, these people who are committing these crimes, were probably keeping the population in check by homicide. Which would you rather have? Homicide in the womb or homicide outside?
Or in the room.
Homicide in the womb or homicide in the room? That's what it is.
You gotta rhyme slogans so they stick.
Yeah.
More people think slogans are true if they rhyme.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? Herman Cain's 999 plan? 9 does rhyme with 9, Dick.
Yeah, that guy's cool. A lot of good ideas.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant, that moron.
No, that's a good solution. What do you think about abortion anyway? Murder? You want to call that murder? I would call it killing a person. Would you go that far?
No, of course not. My official stance on abortion is that I'm against it, but I am for killing babies.
Why are you serious? I know that saying that you have.
Yeah,
are you really against abortion?
Yeah, I mean, insofar as it's the woman's right, I want to have the right to say. But in that's an ideal world that I'm in control of all the abortions. I would have a button I could press like whoever was gonna get aborted, right?
One joke.
I'd have this.
Yeah.
I'd have this big like Telecaster, like Sean, with your audio engineer bullshit with all the blinking lights, which nobody, I don't know, you can't possibly know what those fucking do. No one knows what they do. There's too many buttons.
They're sliders.
Yeah, they're sliders. Whatever.
They control the volume.
Yeah, I'd have a giant
And
switchboard like
the ones
that.
above them have like the balance.
Dick, don't
And they-
show off. Just is that a fucking humble brag? Fuck you. Is that a story from Burning Man? I don't know. It might be.
No.
It could be.
No.
Anyway, yeah, I would abort. Look, man. No, I'm all for abortion. Abortion's cool. Abortion's just cool. It's
Have
a
you
cool
ever
thing.
had to do the morning after pill? That's a pretty good solution.
I've never taken a morning after pill, but no.
I take one after every time just to make sure, like just in case.
It doesn't do anything to you. It's a hormonal thing for chicks, dude. What are you doing? That's what are you growing tits over there? What are you doing with taking the morning after
It's
pills?
like a sympathy thing.
I think that was a joke.
Fuck you, Sean. I need your lip. What is that? There's gotta be a Sean thing on here. Anyway, Dick, no, so a few of my dates have had to take morning after pills. It's a precaution. Sure, why not? Just pop one anyway. It's like a Tic Tac. Just take one.
I don't think it is. She didn't describe it like it was.
Well, yeah, it flushes your system. It clears it of toxins, aka your eggs and your ovaries. Right? That's a good thing. Flush that shit, man.
Gross.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. What would you rather have? A couple of eggs come out prematurely, or an unwanted baby?
Just the one. Sorry, let me stop you right there.
Is it just one?
Yeah, they're not chickens.
I don't know, man.
They have one egg a month.
What?
Yes, that's how. See, when a man loves a woman, no, they have one egg that descends into like their womb that's ready to get him pregnant.
Is that?
And then the
which
egg
side
breaks
does it
down.
come? Does it? Look, I don't know.
What side? What do you mean, the dark side or the light side?
No, isn't there like two sides where they make little eggs and spiders and shit, all that, you know?
Yeah. The ovaries.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they have a zipper system, like when you get on the freeway, where one month one comes down and the next month the other one comes down.
Great, whatever.
It's definitely one egg.
It's just one. Okay, fine, whatever. Who cares? A dozen, one? If it's just one egg, how can they fucking bleed for 4 days?
I don't know.
It just should be like one fucking boom, you know, like a big turd. You just dump it out. Let's go. Back in the sack. Let's do this. What's your problem?
Did anyone win bingo?
No, get
way.
out of here.
No way.
Is that last story a story about Dick hooking up with a girl?
I banged a girl before she had to get the morning after pill.
Okay,
Yeah, that
I have
counts.
it. Yeah.
Read
I have
them.
Voicemail in a foreign accent.
Did we have that?
No, we didn't have that. Peter.
Which one?
That came from a voicemail. The the crazy lady, the mom.
You're
What,
right.
are you gay?
You're right.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You are right. You are dead right.
Continue, please. Okay, story about Dick hooking up with a girl. Dick versus Dick. You can hear Sean laughing in the background and a nonchalant, humble brag.
Unbelievable. I would have won.
I don't know. Dick versus Dick was
time traveling thing.
Yeah, I would have won too. I have it here. No, you pointed it out. I should win. I think I win.
Called bingo.
No, I think you guys should compliment me.
Ty.
Yeah, I'm editing these episodes, guys. Bingo.
She said the whole point of bingo is yelling bingo, which is right, Maddox.
It's fucking bullshit. Great.
You understand bingo about as much as you understand fallopian tubes.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't have one. I don't care. You don't understand knees. I'm not busting your balls about it.
I guess everyone's got to give you a compliment then, darling.
Okay. Oh, great. Here we go. It's gonna get real creepy.
I'll start.
Great.
You are the most beautiful guest we've ever had on this show. You've upped the classiness of this show several magnitudes, several orders of magnitude. Your laughter is infectious.
Oh my God! Shut up!
And what is your relationship with your father?
Okay, move on. Randy, Sean, you want to go next? It's fucking bullshit.
I'm so bad at compliments.
Okay. You want to leave it at that? Is that your compliment?
Probably is best left that way.
Okay, great. Randy?
Very smart also for noticing the bingo.
Great.
That's what you want. Looks and brains.
All
the
right.
perfect package, really.
Oh. I'm breaking out in sweat and hives right now. Okay, Randy.
If you think lesbians
are
are sensual, you should see me.
Oh my God, Dick.
Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, we see you, the lesbian whisperer, who can't even tell her friend to just pipe down while you're hitting on this chick. Your Q friend.
I was shocked by it. Randy, go.
You have excellent taste in comedy.
Great. Hey. Oh, awesome. Great. You guys took all my compliments. Great.
All right, Maddox. Let's hear a sincere compliment.
Don't get all gushy now.
Here's one. You're not totally shitty at bingo. There you go.
Well done.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I meant that sincerely. Okay. Do we have it? Is that it, Dick? Do you have any more solutions? Do you have any other horseshit? You know what? We do have one last solution we wanted to bring in.
No, let's bring it in next time. I really want to sit down with you and plan this out. Okay. You want to tease it?
All right, we will tease it. Sure.
Corn savers?
Corn savers.
Corn savers.
We're gonna bring it.
That's
in
our
next
product.
time. Yeah. Yeah. I think you guys will really like that. This is a joint solution that Dick and I have been brainstorming. We sat, before the show even started, we brainstormed this for, what, 15, 20 minutes? Really our whole lives.
Yeah. It really was a culmination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
That came up organically.
And it proves my point that the show's not a contest, because if you vote for that, literally neither of us can win because it's a joint solution.
Yeah, but I came up with the name.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you, Dick. That's a... Oh, no, that's a good one.
All right, well, my solutions this week, Dick, were lesbians and abortion.
And my solutions were time traveling and encrypted encrypting everything.
Yes, encrypting everything. Dick Garens, they're your friends. Anyway, guys, thanks again for supporting the show, supporting this podcast. It's really helping a lot. We got a lot of cool shit coming down the pipe. The live show will be out probably by the time you listen to. No, it won't be. It'll still be about 5 days. Yeah, after this. But it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. We're still editing those. It's really coming along great.
Yeah, and congratulations to our winner.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, let's go celebrate.
Real good job.
Just you and me.
Okay, fucking. Dang, I'm gonna throw my fucking beer at you. Piece of shit. Biggest solution in the universe, guys. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the biggest solution in the universe. I'm Maddox. With me is Dick Masterson.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And Sean, our audio engineer.
Hello. Sean, we barely caught you on this one. I thought you were going to be farming ass again.
Yeah.
But you're here, thank God.
I stayed in the country.
Digging that asshole.
Jesus. Right out of the gate.
That is what he'd be doing if he was farming ass.
What else would you be doing?
I don't know.
I mean, there's no body part more apt for mining than an asshole, except for maybe nose holes. Anyway, either way, you're digging it. Okay, let's just get this out of the way, Dick.
What?
The biggest solutions in the universe from last time.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about this? All right, encrypting everything. Way to go for phrasing it correctly after getting beat over the head.
Hey, can I put some background music while you're reading off the solutions from last time?
Great.
Go ahead.
What's the background? What is it? You motherfucker! This is okay. This is not. You better. I'm gonna delete this.
What? Why?
Sean, delete this
Why?
track.
Why?
Start over.
Why
this
not?
is bullshit.
What's bullshit about it?
Because it's first of all, it's illegal. This isn't fair use.
Dick is mixing this one.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck both of you. This is collusion. Oh, this. Okay, this is parody. Fine. Fuck you. And then lesbians got trounced. You guys are idiots. You think encrypting everything's a solution? I can't even think.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Tell me what.
Get pissed off. This fucking song.
I'm surprised lesbians didn't win too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for lesbians to win over your bullshit, your little gimmicks. And then abortion, you guys didn't think abortion was a solution? Fuck you! You know, I bet they didn't use protection in the fucking Titanic. Abortion would have saved their ass if they didn't sink and die.
That's true, they didn't have enough protection on the Titanic. Because there weren't enough lifeboats, right? That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so everybody died.
Good. Good. I'm glad everyone died on the Titanic. You know what? I wish the Titanic were resurrected today so it could crash again. That made me fucking happy.
Sounds like
celebrate.
you need time traveling.
Yeah. Dead last. In fact, Dick, time travel got negative 170 votes as of this recording, which means it's a problem.
No, I thought about that because I brought it in thinking it'd be a great solution, and then during the episode, you proved that wrong pretty quickly. And then reading people's comments,
one word.
Yeah, reading people's comments, I realized I brought it in as a solution because I would just use it to do bad things.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's a great solution for me, but.
Solutions to you, Dick, are just ways in which you can fuck other people over. That's what I've learned to realize. Also, last bonus episode, Dick, I don't know if you remember, but I'm sure our fans do. We played Biggest Problem Bingo.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Which a fan sent in, but the problem was that it wasn't randomized. And here, in fact, I got a comment from Taylor Leland. He says, "Since you idiots only posted one bingo card, there's no variation, and everyone playing bingo is going to win the same time. Way to go, morons."
There you go.
All right, Taylor, dickhead. I get it. Obviously, this wasn't a mass consumption product. However,
how do you play bingo by yourself anyway? No. Like, even if it's...
I guess you'd have to post your results on the comments board. And then Ryan Sutherland replied to him. He says, "Way to point out something they immediately say in the video when it's brought up, Sherlock." Yeah, dickhead. Then one of our other fans came to our rescue. This guy named Nathaniel Cagle. He sent me he wrote a randomized version of the bingo scorecard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to link to it on this episode. If you guys want to play along at home, you can finally play a randomized bingo card. So it's, yeah, that's really cool. And it'll be specific to this episode, too. We can update the cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so
all the excitement of bingo with the fun of solitaire, right? You can play bingo by yourself.
Whoa,
we cracked it.
Whoa.
It's a huge solution.
Whoa, let's not oversell it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we already got in trouble for overselling things, didn't we?
Oh.
This month.
These fucking idiots, these knuckleheads.
I got a comment for you from Christian Finch. I thought this was pretty interesting. Maddox, you're a pretty funny dude, but even you have to admit that you're a chode. Lol. I mean,
well,
he's got you there.
He makes a compelling argument in that it's just calling me a name.
Yeah. Let's see. I got one from... Oh, God, this one made me laugh a lot. Andrew John Nguyen Opaluski. Okay, buddy. Enough with the names.
Yeah, one name, dude.
He said, you remember we talked about having a time machine, and you specifically brought up people going back in time and killing Hitler as a baby. Like, would you be able to kill Hitler as a baby?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. And
right.
You're saying that most people would not be able to do that, just because it's still murdering a baby.
Yeah.
Right? So he says, if people have reservations about killing Hitler, then why not just kidnap him when he's a youth, bring him to the future, and leave him somewhere fun for kids and less anti-Semitic like Disney World? Why that made me laugh because, like, this whole debate we got into about killing Hitler as a baby, we have a time machine, right?
Yeah.
So we're faced with killing Hitler as a baby. We want to kill a baby so bad. It never occurred to either of us until we could just, kidnap him or, like, give him to other people to raise so he wouldn't be Hitler.
Well, okay, if we're just, like, transporting people back into the future, we can bring people with us. How many people can we bring on this time machine? Can we bring families? Can we bring entire nations? Like, where's the limit? Can we just keep going back and forth and bringing people to the future?
We could literally just walk baby Hitler to another village and say, here you go, here's a baby, there's an orphanage, take him. Like, they don't have DNA back then, they don't know.
There is no guarantee Hitler wouldn't be Hitler in another village or a theme park. Guys,
I guess.
It's the happiest place on earth. And it won't be for long if Hitler's there.
Baby Hitler, you're saying?
Yeah, baby Hitler's got to grow up. Look, the first thing that's going to happen is if you let him loose at Disneyland, Child Protective Service is going to come and put him in an orphanage somewhere. He's going to grow resentful. Yeah, he has one happy day at Disneyland. Then he's he's a child without parents. You think Hitler needed any more negative influences in his youth? He's still going to grow up hating the Jews and thinking they're the problem.
Gotta kill the baby then, I guess. Solid argument.
You know what, though? You could bring him back to the future, take him to Disneyland, and drown him in the It's a Small World ride.
Oh, okay.
Right? That river's that river's deep enough to drown a baby. I've seen it. I have another comment. This one's from Caleb Durwad. He says, "It freed the nipple." Yeah.
That's almost as good as fuck Rumpus.
Caleb Durwad.
Okay.
He says, "If free the nipple results in an inordinate amount of boners, just mention time travel and the hordes of nerds that collect to argue paradoxes and alternate universes should settle things down."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You throw time travel out there, and everybody's all of a sudden like debating the finer points of time travel and what it would be in this universe, and it's also got to be a distance machine and a multiverse theory. Blah, like a lot of armchair physicists in the comments on that one.
Yeah, like
Or an impossible fantasy idea.
Even physicists are not qualified to discuss this, and then we have people less qualified than anyone that could potentially be qualified discussing it.
Yeah.
I have a comment from Jessica Strathcoder. She says, "The lesbian porn point is spot on. I think a lot of it has to do with simply being able to relate to what you see." And then it gets sexy here. She says, "As a woman, seeing a woman enjoy sex and knowing how she must feel and wanting that as well is very arousing. But I don't think sexuality is as linear as people think. Sex in general is sexual, arousing." That's how it's said.
It's just gibberish now.
That's how it's spelled. Yeah, anyway, she just goes on for about like 2 paragraphs and then somehow ends on big cock. That's
great.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Well, someone left an erotic voicemail, I guess. I think this is having to do with my time traveling solution.
This is Dick from 2030. Sorry to tell you, but I'm dying from a lifetime of drinking too much semen. You gotta stop now, man. You're killing us. Also, Maddox was right. Monkeys are ruining the world. Load it up. Peace out, Girl Scout.
I knew it! I called it. Monkeys are the biggest problem in the universe.
Let's see. Oh, I got this one. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but I brought it in because a couple people have mentioned it. And I like to bring in stuff like this on bonus episodes.
Right.
Hey guys, this is Clay Aiken. I think this might be a good question for the bonus episode. I know a long time ago on the podcast, Maddox said he was going to talk about the Penn and Teller bullshit episode.
Oh yeah.
And hasn't yet. Actually, like the third or fourth result on Google for that clip is a Facebook post from Maddox in 2011 saying, "I'll probably address this in the future." So I guess now is probably as good a time as any. What's the story behind that clip? Also, Dick, you have some pretty cool hair. Everyone can go fuck themselves.
Oh,
Thanks.
all right.
Bye.
This guy's into your hair.
This guy's been waiting 3 years for you to respond to that.
You know what's sad about that is that's not even close to the longest I've responded to a fan. I responded to a fan 6 years after he emailed me one time, and it was a one-word response.
What was it?
I think I mentioned this in an earlier episode, but it was a guy who sent me an email right before he was about to be deployed in Iraq, and it was like it was in like 2004, I think.
You're a terrible
Yeah,
person.
you are a terrible person.
He sent me an email, and he's like,
He could have died like every day of the year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You respond to him 6 years later.
6 years later.
That's fantastic.
I hope he had his email forwarded to his wife or something.
He said, "Hey Maddox, I'm a real big fan. I've been reading your webpage forever, blah blah blah, and I was just wondering if I had your permission to print up some of your articles to take with me to Iraq, so I can post them around the barracks and to cheer me up, whatever. And I don't want to do it if I don't have your permission, blah blah blah. Big fan, thanks. Anyway, I didn't reply to him until 6 years later, I believe, and it was a one-word response, and I said, sure. He may have actually died. That's how long it takes for me to reply sometimes. You may actually die before you get a response from me.
What if you printed them all up, right? Like you printed out your whole website for like a 500-page stack of stuff and took it with him to Iraq, and then like he got shot while he was carrying it, and like the bullets got stopped by your stack of articles.
Protected by righteous satire, buddy.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, I tell that to myself. So Dick, we've mentioned this on the show before that we recorded 6 long-lost episodes.
Wait a minute. Are you going to talk about the Penn and Teller thing? That
No.
guy's voicemail? Not
No.
even a little tease? Not
No.
even a little bit?
No, because the Penn and Teller thing, I was going to create an actual episode about this.
An episode of what? Your show?
Yeah, of the best show in the universe. I was
Yeah.
going to create an entire episode about it because it's better. Look, certain things are best done in written form, certain things are best done in audio form, and certain things are best done in audio video. That's best done in audio video because it's an episode. I'm going to use clips from the episode to comment about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to do it justice talking about it here, but okay, here's the tease. I'll give you this much.
Okay, that's what I want.
Penn and Teller.
Here's the tip. Just give me the tip.
Here's the tip, Dick. Penn and Teller don't do anything for that show. They just send producers around. So I didn't meet Penn and Teller. They send people around to interview their guests, their subjects, and then they edit all the clips out of context and make one big fuck up that fits their narrative.
Sure.
So that's the tease. A lot of people wondered if I met Penn and Teller. No, of course not. They're just sitting in their mansions in Vegas, counting their cash. So.
Yeah, they probably do all those episodes in like one day. Like you're sitting in front of their big letters.
They do those episodes in a voiceover booth. We probably put more effort into setting up for this show than they do for Penn and Teller's bullshit. Anyway, guys, so I was going to mention that a long time ago, Dick, we have those long-lost episodes that we recorded of The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Remember those?
Yeah.
No one's ever heard these. Very few people. In fact, like maybe, 3-4 people counting us. So I brought in a supercut.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, during our first bonus episode, I brought in a supercut of episode number 1. And during this one, I'm bringing in a supercut of episode number 2 from our long-lost episode. Right. Here it is.
Okay, here comes Maddox with another load of crap dumped right in my face. My biggest problem absolutely in the universe. Yeah, I like productivity, whatever, but it's people working, who cares? Why is it all me? I feel like I'm not an idiot. This is indicative of a bigger problem that's going on.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize your butt was so hurt.
I notice immediately upon grasping it that something feels wrong. He effed me over last time with bums ejaculating. It feels like the same weight, but something about it feels cheap. It's too crinkly.
I figure it'll
It's
take a
little
while,
too
so.
crinkly.
Oh, I know.
I'm shooting all over my hands.
And I know for the majority of you out there, you couldn't give less of a shit about that because you're
So you've got to do 2 brushes a day and
conceded that most
15
people are morons. Okay, my other problem is apple turnovers with rock sugar.
Why do you always have food problems?
Dishwashers are stupid.
I do want to compliment you because I
Are we
thought
on
your
Valium?
apple turnovers with rock sugar was retarded when you first brought it up. I thought, here comes Maddox again with another trick, another of his crazy fantasies. But I totally agree because eating the rock sugar ruins the dessert. It's all about show. It's about showing off, and I feel like I'm eating my own teeth.
Yeah, I was a fat kid. Like, all I ever did was eat and write. I was a fat kid most of my life, and I got fatter. This is my reward for eating all my
they were, I mean,
okay, you're not wrong.
They were
but
just
you
like,
are
whatever.
Dick versus Dick.
You wanna come home?
Solution.
Oh, she's fine.
These transitions
I'm not
are
gonna
superfluous.
bring her.
They waste
What?
your
What
time.
did
They
it
waste
say?
your resources. We'd have to
I don't
create a
know,
new show called The
but
Biggest
if I'm gonna be
Solutions in the
doing
Universe.
these,
These transitions are
I mean, if you want, I can
superfluous.
take you home
They
today,
waste your
and
time.
then
They
you
waste
come
your
back, but it seems
resources.
like
Teetering around.
It'd be like Monday
texting
when I
people.
go
Did you not
back,
pick
right?
up in the last episode when I mentioned tweetering and you? Do you think the website's called
I mean,
Tweeter? Why do you
could
say
we
Twitter?
do that?
Because
Like,
that's what we
and then
twittering to people. You're tweeting.
it might be a couple days
Shut
before
the
that
hell
stuff
up.
shows
I'm not
up.
tweeting. I flushed local toilets twice out of spec. I like how you doubled down in that episode too.
On what?
On tweetering.
Yeah, it is tweetering.
No.
Yeah, because I don't have any clothes
did it-
here other than this.
Why were we talking with that weird affect? Like it sounded like 2 people in bed who had just gotten done humping.
Yeah.
Did it sound like that to you?
It's
Like that
sad.
weird,
Yeah.
slow drawl?
It was really slow the entire episode. I listened to it and I went back to
Oh, I
so
need
much
to get
dead
the
air.
address.
I mean, I edit all these episodes, and now when I edit these episodes, I don't have to cut a lot of dead airs or ums and uhs. from these episodes because we've trained and we've practiced and this is how we deliver.
I should hope not.
Yeah, but those old episodes were pretty awful in terms of the editing and the quality. That's why a lot of times people, when they start doing podcasts, they record all their podcasts and they just put them right out. What you should do is throw away at least the first 6. They're garbage.
Will they be able to bring you back?
Yep.
When it's time?
For the most part.
Yeah.
And that still was better than most podcasts I hear today. That old,
Yeah, I agree. You want to get to a problem?
What am I doing?
No, I want to get to a solution.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Get to a solution.
Let's get to the first solution, and possibly the biggest solution. Oculus Rift.
Oh, the video games.
Yes, Dad, the video games.
All right. You got one of those? You got one of them Oculus Rift things?
I don't have one, but I want one. Dick, have you ever tried one?
No.
Okay, I heard a lot of hype from people for, I don't know, the better part of the last year about people who've tried the Oculus Rift. They said, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Time.
Cool doesn't cut it, buddy.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you. Here's something I'm gonna say without a
Wait, have you tried
single
one?
ounce. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I spent some good time with an
Sucks,
Oculus Rift. My friend has one, and I spent about 45 minutes with one. And
See, this is
I can say this
Or
with
if you want,
absolute,
I mean, I'll give you
without an ounce of irony
If you want, I can
or
take you there,
sarcasm
you can get stuff,
or hyperbole.
come back with
There
me.
is life before and life after.
like clothes
Oculus
and
Rift.
cat and
What?
everything.
Really?
We
Yeah.
could do that.
And
Or I
I
can
will
take
go
you and cheat.
one step further, and I will say
like
that
having
the
you here,
Oculus Rift
but I know
will
you
make
also,
bodies
you probably would rather be
irrelevant.
here than at your parents' house. I feel
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
True.
And that's
And
the
if
most
it does
powerful
come
statement I
tomorrow,
can make
you'll
about
be
this
here.
new technology.
Okay, I have one question.
But
How many
I'm not.
times did you jerk off while you were using your friend's Oculus Rift?
None yet.
Okay.
Because he was in the
Tell
room.
me, I'm at a good point,
I
whatever,
imagine,
so.
I suppose. But mentally, millions of
If you wanna
times.
get
This thing
vests or
is
whatever,
such amazing technology.
Or is that what you're gonna wear?
So, when I say it's going to make bodies irrelevant, I mean that in every sense of the word.
Trying
You
to
don't
think
need
of
your
what would
body
be
anymore.
best,
The Oculus
like-
Rift can transport you to any
There's-
place you want to go.
What if it
Are they a
doesn't show up
sponsor?
Monday?
No, not yet, but they
Yeah.
should be. Because I'm going to fucking...
Mhm.
Oh, man, I am all about Oculus Rift. I'm all in. I'm cashing in all my
Okay.
chips.
Right,
This
I'll
is
call
it.
them and
Oculus
I'll
Rift,
ask
baby.
them what
I
they're-
don't... Look, as soon as the technology gets perfected, I think in the next, 5 to 10 years, all I need is a tube into my brain
Yeah.
to feed me nutrients. And then my synapses hooked up to, directly to my brain, so it simulates touch and feel, and that's it, man. That's all I ever want to do. That's all I ever want to become. And there will be 2 classes of people.
I
This
was
is my
just gonna
prediction.
say,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna
Because
be
I can't wait for this.
There's
Yeah.
going to be 2 classes of people, okay? There are going to be the controllers. Those are people who manipulate and control things through the Oculus Rift interface.
Okay.
And there will be the dummy slave people. Okay? And
Oh, okay, Manson. Fuck you. You're the fucking Morlocks underground asshole.
That's exactly
Man,
it.
No, you fat losers with your VR goggles are going to be shoved into coffins that we stack 6 high while guys like me and Sean enjoy the real world. It's going to be perfect. You guys can just opt out of the human race.
You know what?
We'll
Dick?
be done with you.
Fuck you and fuck the real world. Because I want to stay in Oculus Rift forever. I never want to leave it. I spent 45 minutes in this thing, and I've been thinking about it every day since. All I want to do is be inside Oculus Rift.
Have you really?
It is absolutely... by the way, you think internet is addictive now? You think video games are addictive now? You haven't seen anything. I never want to leave this thing ever. It's a better experience than life. You can sit down. You can go to a
He's
theater
talking
if you
about
want.
heroin.
No.
It sounds like he's talking about heroin. Have you ever heard a heroin addict talk about heroin? This is how they sound. And I swear to God, that's exactly how they sound.
Oh, I believe it, and I never want to quit. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's a solution. That's why I brought it in. Listen, Dick, you have no idea the experience you can have in this thing, okay? You want to go to a movie? You want to go to a movie?
Yeah, I go to the movie.
Yeah.
That's a horrible example to
No.
start with.
No. Because that's one of the examples that they had in the Oculus Rift. They said, you want to watch a movie? Yes, it sounds ridiculous, okay? Until you try it. You will have a better experience watching a movie inside the Oculus Rift. You laugh now, asshole. You're going to be the slave. You're going to be one of my slaves.
You're describing your ultimate fantasy of virtual reality is going to a fake virtual movie by yourself. is going and sitting in a theater by your fucking self
Yeah.
and watching a movie.
Yeah.
That's not actually a movie. That's your takeaway.
It's like when our buddy dreamed that he was taking a
Yeah,
nap.
exactly. You mean with this technology, I can go to a movie by myself?
Fuck you, Dick. I don't need you belittling my enthusiasm for this new technology. You don't even understand. This is a lesser mind, you dullards. You dopes. You and Sean laughing it up, having a good old time at my expense. Listen to this. You don't even understand. This is how much of a lesser mind you guys are.
All right.
You don't even realize that everything you experience in life is a perception that occurs inside your mind.
Yeah, I realize that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, then, why is it so absurd that you can have a better movie-going experience inside an Oculus Rift?
Wait, what? Why is it better that you had a better experience inside the Oculus Rift?
Why is it so absurd? You think it's absurd that you can have a better movie-going experience inside the Oculus
Oh,
Rift?
I don't think it's absurd. I just think it's funny that that's what you latched onto. Like that your movie-going experience was profoundly different going in like a virtual reality movie than like the minor annoyances that haunt an average real movie theater.
There are no annoyances in the Oculus Rift. It is everything. Everything is perfect all the time. You sit where you want to sit. Nobody sits in front of you if you don't want them to. You can be on a date with whoever you want. You can be on a date with multiple people. And they can be real people in real life hooked up someplace else, but they don't have to look like their ugly faces in real life. You can date whoever you want. They can have the bodies that you want. You can do whatever you want inside the Oculus Rift.
You can take a piss while you're watching the movie, and you don't have to get up and go.
Oh, sure. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. You can take a piss.
You get whatever you want.
Essentially, Sean, that's it. That's why
Yeah.
this is terrible.
Wait a
This
minute,
is
man.
better than real life.
Can't you just like close your eyes and imagine that though? Like, going to a fake movie, is that much better than just pretending that you're going to a movie like a 5-year-old?
Yeah, you can't imagine watching an entire film you've never seen. I mean, you can, but you have to then be the creator of the film as well. It's interesting to see other people's visions and come to life, right? So inside the Oculus Rift, I've already thought about this. I've thought about the workflow. I've thought about how I can stay inside the Oculus Rift and never have to leave again. Okay? So the Oculus Rift creates a virtual world around you, and you can change rooms, you can change sceneries, whenever you want, at any time you want. There's a demo of the Oculus Rift that transports you, I think, to Tuscany, Italy, or something, some beautiful villa or something on the Italian countryside.
Yeah.
The graphics are pretty rudimentary. I'd say it's 32, 64-bit probably. 64-bit Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64 graphics.
So the boobs are like triangles?
No, it's it's better than that. I'll say it's
Squares?
probably like 2010 in computer graphics. That's what this looks like.
Well,
so
in
far.
terms of like computer graphics boobs, what are we talking about? Like the first Dead or Alive or Dead or Alive beach volleyball?
No, in terms of look, the models you can have in there can be as complex as you want. It just depends on your processor time. So I got processor time. Have you played the game Dead Space, Dick? Of course not. You're a pussy. Dead Space has pretty complex models. You know what? Any modern fighting game, the characters that you can have inside the Oculus Rift are look like they're about as complex as any modern fighter. That's pretty cool. But there is no limitation. The only limitation is your hardware. Okay. So I've already thought about this. So you can transport to this Italian countryside, right? And you can walk inside this house. And you can look up and down, and you can see the ceiling. You can see the floor. The only thing that's unsettling about the Oculus Rift experience is you still cannot see your limbs. If you can see your limbs, that's it, man. This is a game changer. That's enough for me. I want to be in this forever.
But you want to see someone else's limbs, right?
Look, buddy, my limbs are more than enough. Everybody wants to see my limbs.
Wait, limbs are the reason it would take for you to stay in there forever?
Yes,
if you could see your own arms, you would stay?
I would stay. I wouldn't be here right now. If I could see my
you'd be in your
limbs.
mom's basement banging on the ceiling for more soup, so you don't have to leave your computer goggles. Well, me and Sean, the lesser minds, are out, enjoying real life.
Yeah, you guys are going to be the slave race. There will be a slave race.
What do you mean slave race?
Okay,
Because
not
you
slave race.
sit there on a computer, you're like a mastermind?
There will be masterminds and there will be worker minds. Okay, people who maybe are slower thinkers, if they were just born, if they maybe they have learning deficiency, something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a poverty class. I'm telling you, this is a dire prediction I'm making right now. But I'm telling you right now, when Oculus Rift becomes mainstream, People are going to be addicted like you've never seen. People will never want to leave the Oculus Rift. It is a better experience than life.
Well, okay, my first thought is it's going to be the same people who are addicted to computers.
No, this is a next level thing, Dick. I'm telling you, this is more addictive than anything I've ever tried, any video game I've ever played, because, Dick, I can play any video game I want inside the Oculus Rift, and it's a better experience inside the Oculus Rift than sitting in my own living room and playing it on my TV. Because I can flip the channel whatever I want, I can make the TV bigger if I want, I can make my couch bigger if I want. Anything your mind can imagine can happen inside the Oculus Rift. And you can control things by looking at them. So if you want to lift a cup up from a shelf and bring it over to you,
Like you can do in real life.
now see, you can't. That's why.
Oh, you mean with your mind?
With your mind,
Okay.
yeah. You can do it
Alright.
entirely with your mind. Now here's the workflow. I've already thought about this,
Okay, yeah.
This is also going to make monitors irrelevant. You only need a tiny little monitor to launch the Oculus Rift, and then inside the Oculus Rift itself, you create virtual monitors. So if you want to be coding, right? If you're going to be coding, you can have code on 3 different screens, have a 4th screen just for compiling, and just look up, down, whatever you want, compile, you can code wherever
Basically,
you
just
want, any
like
place you look,
either
you're
way
instantly
seems
typing.
like it's
That is
a
going
hassle.
to increase
It is.
productivity
I
in
knew
workflow.
that going into it.
Never seen before.
I don't think the bottleneck on coding is the amount of screens that programmers have.
Don't worry about anybody
Well,
else.
it's
No,
not that
I
much
don't-
code, but I'm way more
I just wanna
interested
do
in
what
okay.
is going to make
your
everyone
benefits of
else
the
less
Oculus Rift so far
frustrated.
is
I don't
you
think
can
you
move
do
by
parents carry it
yourself.
away.
Number one,
Yeah.
and
mean-
you can sit at your computer programming.
I'm streaming, by the way. I don't know if you want me to turn it off. Or here, I'll mute it.
Just the audio, yeah.